Welcome in. It's the Christian Arcand Show here, WEEI. We are live in our Ford Clubhouse Fenway studio. We are Boston Sports Original, and tonight we are here with you for
525,600 minutes.
Not quite, more like 5. Actually, more like 4. 4 minutes here. 4 minutes it takes before we get to Red Sox pregame. The red-hot Red Sox, who swept the Yankees over the weekend. And I wish I could talk more about all of that, because that was really a lot of fun this weekend. However, the top story right now, and the one that's going to get the bulk of these 4 minutes, is the Jaylen Brown sweepstakes, which is becoming less of a sweepstakes, and I don't even know what to call it at this point. Giannis, there was a sweepstakes. He had 2 teams, and there was a sweepstakes between the 2 of them. There was like a bidding war, a legitimate bidding war going on. Miami going back with more picks. Boston having to add more things to the Jaylen Brown, beginner package there. It was just a whole thing. It was a legitimate bidding war. I don't know what you're getting here. I don't know what this really is. So far, I've seen LaMelo Ball go to the Timberwolves. We just saw Ja Morant go to the Portland Trailblazers. Now, LaMelo Ball, not so much. He's had off-the-court issues, and I only bring this up because there was talk today from that guy at ESPN whose name escaped, Vince, what's his name, Stiz? Vince something at
Goodwill?
ESPN. Yeah, Vince Goodwill, thank you, who said that teams may be concerned about off-the-court stuff with Jaylen Brown. And I was thinking about that and thinking, well, LaMelo Ball has got a lot of points on his license. Let's just put it that way. Guy's a bit of a speedster on the roads there in Charlotte. He was kind of known for that. It was a thing. And Ja Morant brought a gun to a strip club. So if those things aren't scaring people away, then I got to wonder about what it is that's making this Jaylen Brown thing so untenable and why he just doesn't seem to have any kind of market at all when it comes to what people were expecting. Now, he does have a market, obviously. There's teams that would take him, but it's kind of like, yeah, we'd take him. We'd trade some players and maybe some picks for him, but we're not going to go crazy. Like, we're not going wild like the Heat did for Giannis or anything. Get some draft picks together. We can make something happen. But, if it doesn't work out, we can always just pivot to LaMelo Ball, or we can pivot to Ja Morant. Ja Morant's welcome back to Jailblazers. That's one thing, I guess. There's a Jailblazers documentary on Netflix that I'm dying to watch, but now I feel like they got to make a sequel now they got Ja Morant. At any rate, that's another team seemingly out of the Boston Celtics Jaylen Brown sweepstakes. I know Mark's just now with Rich, Ken, and Ted said that they could maybe put another package together with Scoot Henderson and Drew Holiday and like a couple other guys, and maybe try and get Jaylen Brown that way. Shams goes on TV about 40 minutes ago and says that the Blazers are out on Jaylen Brown. Maybe it's a smokescreen, maybe it's a bluff, maybe they just, figured this is the big move that we're going to make and we're good. We have all those guards. I heard Mark's talking about all the guards. They're all either really old. You got Lillard, you got Holiday, Scoot Henderson, and Shaedon Sharpe. Either the oldest guards in the league or the youngest guards in the league. Like, that's pretty tenable. That should work out great there in Portland. But yeah, they decided now Jaylen Brown's not really what we're looking for. And I'm thinking about it more and more. And I think that there is certainly smoke to the fire of Chisholm and this new ownership group, just not thinking it's worth it, not thinking it's a good investment. These are, private equity people. They're all about good investments. And right now you're paying 2 guys the most you can possibly pay anybody in the whole game. And in the last 2 years, they've given you a second-round knockout and the first-round knockout. And when you talk about investments, usually having the arena open for additional playoff games is a better investment than when you get sent home after being up 3-1 in the first round. This was such a damaging season. I don't think people get it. And then on top of the damaging season, you whiff on Giannis. It's been a tough offseason here for your Boston Celtics, beginning with that Sixers series. And it was pretty abrupt. Went from Brown and Tatum. Tatum's back. They're going to win the championship to now. Can we even trade Jaylen Brown for 4 draft picks? What a fall-off. What a tremendous fall-off. We may bring this up later on in Red Sox Review. Depends on how the game goes. But right now, it's time for the Mass Mutual pregame show. Stiz, back in Brighton. Thank you. Stick around. Red Sox baseball's next.
Sun's out, relaxation's in. Book your Mexico getaway with confidence on Vrbo. With Vrbo care included on every stay, we're there before, during, and after your trip if things go astray. Vrbo, your trusted partner for every stay.
Have you or a family member been diagnosed with early-stage non-small cell lung cancer that can be removed by surgery? Consider talking to an oncologist about your treatment options. Why? Because knowing your options before you have surgery can help your care team develop a treatment plan that's right for you. Learn about a potential treatment plan before and after surgery at askbeforesurgery.com. That's askbeforesurgery.com. And talk to an oncologist before your surgery.
Every mile matters, whether you're driving your dream car or your daily commuter. The Mobil 1 team knows that. It's why we created Mobil 1 Advanced Clean Motor Oil. It cleans your engine in one oil change and helps extend engine life, delivering performance, protection, and cleanliness for vehicles of all ages. All to help keep your engine running like new, whatever you're driving. Visit mobil1.com/advancedclean to learn more.
Miami, July 5th and July 31st. Ice Cube's Big 3 is back at the Amerant Bank Arena, featuring big stars like Dwight Howard, Joe Johnson, Lance Stevenson, and more. And featuring your home team, the Miami 305, led by Michael Beasley. Grab your tickets now at big3.com/tickets or Ticketmaster. Presented by iHeart.
Bring on the fun and bring home a new Honda with a great deal on your favorite Honda vehicles. And finally take that road trip you've been dreaming of. Now's the time to check out the Honda Civic and HR-V. From Honda, the 2026 KBB.com Best Value Brand. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 5.49% APR on a 2026 Civic.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic SI and Type R. Based on 2026 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelley Blue Book. Visit KBB.com for more information.
What's up, little psychos? I'm Investigator Slater, host of the Psychopedia podcast. Psychopedia is a true crime podcast delivering raw, real, and absolutely gripping episodes every single week. I dig deep to uncover fascinating details of heinous true crime cases while exploring criminology and psychology theories. I take you into the absolute darkest corners of the human psyche, my favorite territory, and present cases like you've never heard them before. Follow and listen to Psychopedia everywhere you get your podcasts.
This Odyssey Sports broadcast is presented by ZipRecruiter. Find out why 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try it free at ZipRecruiter.com/team.
Campaign this year for the Red Sox. After dropping a series to the Rockies, the Red Sox returned home on Thursday to host who else? The New York Yankees. And while many had written this team off even before the debacle in Denver, Red Sox pitching stifled the Bombers through 3 games, winning all 3 and outscoring New York 16-5, setting the stage for last night's showdown with the Yankees looking to avoid getting swept and the Red Sox looking for their first 4-game win streak of the entire season. Red Sox starting pitching brilliant all weekend, and Sonny Gray kept that going in a major way. Took a no-hitter into the 8th inning against this former team. It was broken up by Ahmed Rosario. More on that in a minute. Sonny finished the night 7 1/3, 1 hit, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts, reaching 2,000 in his career. Congratulations on that milestone. And that's the good news. The not-so-good news was that the Red Sox offense couldn't get much going off of Carlos Rodon until Caleb Durbin broke through with a 2-run single in the 4th, making it 2-0 Red Sox, and that score would hold until the top of the 9th inning. Aroldis Chapman on the mound. Time to gather up your stuff and call the Uber, right? Well, not quite. A single, a walk, and a flyout. A brutal overthrow from Wilyer Abreu plated a run and set up Paul Goldschmidt, who drove in the tying run from third on an RBI ground out, and the Red Sox unable to get anything going in the bottom of the 9th, off to extras, and that didn't go great either at first. Ahmed Rosario, who else, leads off, breaking the tie right away with an RBI single. Another bad throw by Abreu, and that sent Rosario to second. He was then bunted over to third and driven in by Austin Wells, making it 4-2 Yankees. And again, looked like it was time to pick up your stuff and get ready to go. But after facing David Bednar in the 9th, the Yankees brought out righty Fernando Cruz in the 10th, and Anthony Siegler greeted him with an RBI single, making it 4-3. Masa Yoshida followed that up with a double, putting runners on second and third with nobody out. Sung Chae Chen hit a sac fly to tie the game, and with 1 out and Yoshida on third, Jaron Duran stepped in.
Here's the pitch home. Swinging a line drive to right field, base hit, ball game over. The Red Sox have swept the Yankees. The final 5-4. as he beat the two-man outfield line. He went right where the right fielder would normally play. Deep enough anyway to score, and the Red Sox walk it off 5-4 on Jaylen Brown's single to right field, and the Red Sox have completed a 4-game sweep. Can you believe it?
Joe Castiglione on the call, like I needed to tell you that. Jaylen Brown not having a good month, but had a great night, and that's your play of last night's game. The walk-off single completing the sweep, brought to you by Nissan. Hurry in and bring home a winning deal at the Nissan Summer Sales Event. Now's the time to get behind the wheel of the Nissan Rogue, Pathfinder, and Frontier. Red Sox sweep the Yankees, and even though the postseason is still pretty far off in the distance, it's always nice to just say those words. Boston improves to 36-46 on the year, 16-25 here at Fenway, where they will stay tonight to open up a 3-game set with the Nationals. But before we get to that, here's your opening take, brought to you by Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy. Sip the fruity candy-coated chaos. So, we're a little over a month away from the trade deadline, and for the first time really all year, this team has had a 10-game stretch that was actually kind of good. And it took a few months, but it finally happened. That question now is, can they build off of this? And then the second question, and maybe the more pressing one, is, do they even have enough time left to make any headway? There's 12 games between now and the All-Star break, 29 games between now and the trade deadline. Personally, I think the chances are microscopic if they exist at all, but at least the starting pitchers can say they carried their weight. And if they keep this up, who knows? Speaking of that, here is tonight's pitching matchup brought to you by Town Fair Tire. For the best prices on tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. For the Red Sox, Ranger Suárez with the 3-3 record and 2.83 ERA will get the start. His last start, he allowed 1 earned run in 6 innings. It was an 8-6 loss to the Rockies. That was his 9th start this year, allowing 1 run or fewer. That's the 3rd best total in baseball. Red Sox pitchers have had quality starts in 11 straight games. That's tied for the 2nd longest stretch of the live ball era. Club record is 14. That was set in 1988. For the Nationals, Miles Mikolas, of the 2-6 record and 5.24 ERA, making his first start since May 12th. Since then, he's been pitching in bulk relief. His last 8 appearances, suffers from the Brian Bayo disease. His ERA over 8 as a starter and 3.78 when he has an opener, which he won't have tonight. Tonight's first pitch is at 7:10. First pitch brought to you by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers, Boston's go-to injury attorney for over 30 years. If you've been hurt in a car or work accident, got to get Glassman. Call all 7s at 617-777-7777. You can watch Red Sox pregame on Twitch. Just follow WEEI, brought to you by Subaru of New England. Subaru summer is finally here. Details at SubaruofNewEngland.com. You can also watch Red Sox pregame if you just happen to be walking by Lansdowne Street when I'm here doing it. Time now for the Baseball Isn't Boring 2-Minute Grill with Rob Bradford, presented by McFarland Energy, the region's most dependable provider of home heating oil, including BioHeat, as well as expert HVAC services at McFarlandEnergy.com. When you need news about Roman Anthony, listen to Rob Bradford. He always gets it, including this here from the Baseball Isn't Boring podcast. Roman Anthony, still not really close to coming back. Here it is in his words.
There is no human being on the planet I'd rather be talking to more than Roman Anthony. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. I mean, so I feel like you're getting excited about getting closer. Like, that's the vibe that I get watching you. Mm-hmm. Tell me if my instincts are keen.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long, slow process, a lot slower than I thought. Again, I've said it before, I never really had experience with a hand injury. I didn't really know how much goes on in a hand and how many little ligaments and different things go on in a hand and with a hand injury. So for me, it's been a long, disappointing, slow process. But I think, learning a lot from it, learning a lot how to, take care of myself, my hand, and going forward. And I think we're at a point now where out there running around, getting to throw balls, feel good. Obviously just the swinging part is still the...
It's just when you finish? Like, what's that?
It's the same kind of coming through as I push through and kind of extend through in a sense and then turn it over in a way of just a bat, against my hand is still the thing that we're trying to get through, I should say. And, seeing progress. The hand feels like it's getting stronger. I'm feeling like I got more there to kind of support the hand and then the ring fingers. So positive in that sense. And again, just continuing to get better in everything baseball activity-wise every day and stay fresh, get in there and get looks at, pitches and
traject
and do as much as I can kind of stay fresh. That way, when it gets to a point where it's ready to go, it's not a long ramp up.
So the hitting, okay, that's one thing. Like you throw, like does everything else feel, like more, even maybe, I don't know, a month or so ago, like does everything else feel like, okay, this feels more normal than it did a month ago?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. A month ago for sure. I think at first it was tricky because, me being just kind of like stubborn and wanting to get out there and wondering why it doesn't feel great right away, or after we took the shot, or certain things. Again, like it's an injury that everyone kind of reacts different to. It was tough to be like, hey, that's why there wasn't really a timeline. It wasn't like, hey, you should be X amount of weeks, and if you're not there, we should panic, or like, it's just one of those things where everyone kind of reacts differently to it, heals differently to it. So, I think, we look at week-to-week progress, even day-to-day sometimes, and definitely month-to-month or whatever it is, like, and we look at it and say, okay, it's a lot better than it was a month ago, for sure, and there's a lot of positive signs, and we've strengthened it a lot since, last month.
Well, when we talked, I think that you were swinging a little bit, right? But I don't want to put words in your mouth, but like that was, I gotta get going. I feel okay, but it's still hurt. But I gotta keep going. And I don't know if that sort of like hey, listen, like the reality is we just have to let time take this, because if you go back to then, like, oh, all right, now you're go, but it is what it is. I mean, you want to play, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, 100%. It's tough again, right? Because it's like it's not something that you can push and push and push, because you don't want to. I think that's what I was doing at first. It was like, okay, I want to just push this thing as much as I possibly can. But in reality, you just got to let time do its thing.
Roman Anthony, maybe not what people wanted to hear, but that is, in his own words, how it's going for him right now. As we know, not going to be seeing him for a while. And coming up in 15 minutes, though, we will be seeing Chad Tracy, or at least hearing from him, as he'll sit down with Will Fleming, brought to you by our New England Ford dealers. Ford, the official vehicle of that dirty water and the official vehicle of Major League Baseball. But coming up next, we will head up to the Joe Castiglione radio booth and talk with our guy Cooper Boardman. That's coming up next here on the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
Have you or a family member been diagnosed with early-stage non-small cell lung cancer that can be removed by surgery? Consider talking to an oncologist about your treatment options. Why? Because knowing your options before you have surgery can help your care team develop a treatment plan that's right for you. Learn about a potential treatment plan before and after surgery at askbeforesurgery.com. That's askbeforesurgery.com. And talk to an oncologist before your surgery.
Every Nissan Frontier is battle-tested. Its frame is twisted. Its door slammed 13,920 times. And its bed drop-tested over and over. We do all that to the V6-powered Frontier, so you never have to hold back. Nissan, ranked #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Newer models may be shown.
Miami, July 5th and July 31st. Ice Cube's Big 3 is back at the Amerant Bank Arena, featuring big stars like Dwight Howard, Joe Johnson, Lance Stevenson, and more. And featuring your home team, the Miami 305, led by Michael Beasley. Grab your tickets now at big3.com/tickets or Ticketmaster. Presented by iHeart.
Hi, I'm PJ Vogt, and I want to tell you about my podcast, Search Engine. We try to make sense of the world, one question at a time. No question too big, no question too small. We will even answer your questions if you send them in. Stuff like, what happens when a cemetery goes out of business? What should we do about teens using AI to do their homework? Who buys luggage at the airport luggage store? Follow and listen to Search Engine in partnership with Odyssey, wherever you get your podcasts.
The Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Welcome back. It's the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Christian Arcand here with you live from our Fenway Ford Clubhouse studio. And let's head up to the booth right now, high above home plate, and talk with our guy, Cooper Boardman. Coop, how we doing tonight, bud?
I'm outstanding, Arcand. I didn't even realize you were out in center field. I would have come and seen you, giving you a hug.
Oh, man. Well, next time. I'll come up and visit you after I get something to eat.
Save the hug for later.
We'll save it for later. It'd be a nice bro hug. And it was it definitely calls for it after sweeping the Yankees. I know this hasn't been the season anybody's wanted, Coop. You know that just as well as I do. But it's always nice to beat up on the Yankees, isn't it?
Oh, it is. And look, the reality is you walk into the ballpark today, and I'm talking players, coaches, fans, any human being with a pulse in the greater Fenway area. Like, the vibes are awesome right now. And we've lived this whole ride together, right? And there have been a lot of low points. And I do think it's pretty awesome, for whatever it's worth today, to just walk into the ballpark and feel good about where this team is and what they've done over the last few days.
Did the Undertaker sit up over the weekend? Like, or is this team alive? I know that the vibes are good, but, like, is the team actually alive?
We're going to find out, I think. Here's the thing. There have been a lot of times this year where, and in Detroit and Kansas City in May, early June, where you feel like the train is moving in the right direction, and then something stops it, like Texas or Colorado. So look, 4 is great, but they're still 10 games under 500. They could win 5 in a row. They'll be 5 games under 500. But it is important, I think, to get 2 out of 3 here against this team, because remember, we learn where this team is and what the deadline's going to be like right after these 3 days at home. You're going to go on the road forever. You're going to have the All-Star break. You're going to come back. You're going to have 4 days with Tampa, which will be the biggest series probably of the season at this point. We get our answers over the next few weeks, but to your point, it starts tonight. It has to.
Yeah, it certainly does. And one thing that you can't complain about at all has been the starting pitching, which is on a historic pace right now, franchise-wise anyway, with the amount of quality starts, no hitters getting taken deep into the game. Really exemplary stuff here from a group that, is not really getting the attention and the props that they deserve, because the offense has been, and the bullpen as well, has been really rough this year. But what can you say about this rotation?
So rotation that could win a World Series. If you just took it in that little bit of focus, and obviously there's all the other context. And look, there are plenty of rightful criticisms about the construction of this roster. There absolutely is. And goodness knows you and I have talked about it over and over and over again over the last few months. But the place that you can't really knock is what the starting pitching has done. And it's guys brought in via trade. It's free agents signed, like the guy that's going to start tonight in Ranger Suárez. It's development from college pitchers to getting to the highest level. They've done it in a lot of different ways. And this is a pitching development group that came in and said they were going to be good at this. But it's easy to say you're going to be good at something. It's a lot harder to actually be good at it, and they have been.
Yeah, absolutely they have. They've been awesome. It's a mixture of veterans and young play. Like, it's really been great to watch the veterans play well and these young kids develop. Now, you know as well as I do that there's 12 games left until the All-Star break and about 30 games left until the trade deadline. The clock is ticking right now. It is kind of a race against time here, isn't it? Like, if this is going to be a hot streak, if this is going to be something that will prevent a lot of the people we just mentioned from getting traded to other teams, it's got to happen now, right?
Yeah, it does. It does. And it's that simple. Because the reality is if this team is where it is right now 30 days from now, guys are going to go. I mean, it would be almost malpractice not to. But again, nobody is separating themselves in the American League. And I thought it was really interesting. Paul Taboni, who now runs the Nationals, of course, was with the Red Sox in the front office for a long time, spoke with everyone before the game, and people were asking him about the deadline because they need bullpen arms if they want a chance to compete down the stretch of this season. And he said, there are so many teams that are still in it right now that nobody wants to trade you a bullpen arm, right? There are so many teams that are sitting here. Think about the Red Sox and a guy like Aroldis Chapman. They're not going to trade Aroldis Chapman tomorrow. They might in a month if they're not there. But teams are spending these next few weeks finding out who they are. And I'm not sure there's a better example of that in all of Major League Baseball than the Boston Red Sox.
Yeah, it's a great point. We're talking with Cooper Boardman here in the Mass Mutual pregame show. Coop, last night, sort of a hot and cold night for Jaylen Brown. He obviously had the big walk-off, but did have another encounter with a fan. Didn't quite reach the same sort of levels that previous ones have in terms of, intensity and things being said, but it was another example of the antennas being up with him. He's had a tough month here. What do you sort of make of that happening again?
Antennas up is probably a good way of putting it. He's an emotional player and an emotional person. And, I don't need to tell anybody in the Red Sox world or anybody who's watched him around baseball to know that that's the case. And I think it goes a lot of different ways. I think when it's bad, you see that emotion. And when it's good, you also see that emotion. And I think the hope is for all of us around him and around this team on a day-to-day basis is that what happened last night, the way it finishes, to see teammates in his arms and the smile on his face afterwards can just be one day where it got to be okay for him and one day that he can bottle up and take. And look, I've said that a lot this year, right? Like when he homered in Detroit, you and I came on the next day and was like, oh yeah, this could be the thing. And then he homered in Kansas City and it was like, came on the next day. It was like, oh, this could be the thing. I'm not saying that it's going to be that, but you keep waiting for one thing to be the thing that galvanizes him because he is not a 199 hitter, despite the fact that he's there right now on June 29th or right around it, whatever it is after last night. But I do think that at some point something's going to spark it. It's not an if, it's a when. And maybe it could be it from last night, Arcade.
That'd be great. Hey, listen, whatever it is, I'll take it in that sense. Now, you've spent some time around the team, and another sport like in football, for example, probably the biggest one. When the offense is playing well and the defense isn't, or vice versa, it can get a little testy in the room there. Any sense of that with this team, with the pitchers and the hitters? Is any whiff of that with this group?
It's not like that, but I do think that there's one thing that comes to mind as you ask that question, and Chad Tracy literally talked about it about an hour ago, which is when your pitchers are pitching well, which has been the case for most of the year, but you're not hitting. There's pressure. There's real pressure. Like, it's the difference between, hey, is Sonny Gray walking out there with a 2-0 lead in the 4th, 5th, 6th inning and can pitch a little bit freer? Or is it what it was in early May where you give up 1 run and you're down 1-0 for 7 innings? Like, you feel like you can't make a mistake, which in no way is a good way to do your job, whether you're working on a baseball diamond or elsewhere. And so I think what you've seen over the last 4 days is you get a lead, and the guys are still pitching well, but there's a level of relaxation, and I think it's made them pitch better over the last 11 consecutive quality starts. Everybody knows all that. And so it's not only important to score, I think it's important from a psyche and an emotional perspective to score early in games because more often than not, we've seen it, everybody wants to talk about, when they get down, they lose all these games. Well, when they get up, they win a lot of games. And, we'll see, but again, if you can score early, I think that's where you see the collective unit start to relax.
Yeah, hopefully. That would be a nice thing to see, be a welcome sight for everybody. Cooper Boardman, looking forward to the call of the game tonight. Great stuff.
Appreciate you, Arkin.
All right, that is Cooper Boardman up there in the Joe Castiglione booth. Coming up next, we will have Will Fleming sit down with manager Chad Tracy, presented by your New England Ford dealers. Don't go anywhere. That's next here on the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
I'm Jenna Fisher. And I'm Angela Kinsey. And together we have the podcast Office Ladies. Just because we finished rewatching The Office does not mean we're going anywhere. Every Wednesday, we'll be sharing even more exclusive stories from The Office and our friendship with brand new guests. Plus, you can revisit all the Office Ladies rewatch episodes every Monday with new bonus tidbits before every episode.
So follow and listen to Office Ladies on the free Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Game night rush, or any night of the week, really, Genius keeps every order moving. From online ordering to your kitchen to the front counter. Big league reliability for any business. That's Genius.
Bring on the fun and bring home a new Honda with a great deal on your favorite Honda vehicles. Check out the all-electric Honda Prologue, CR-V Hybrid, Accord Hybrid, and Civic Hybrid, all from the 2026 Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.49% APR on a 2026 Accord Hybrid.
See dealer for financing details. Based on 2026 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelley Blue Book. Visit KBB.com for more information.
As a fitness coach, my active psoriatic arthritis can slow me down. With Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, I'm treating my skin and joint symptoms so I can keep moving. Skyrizi, a prescription-only injection for adults, helps me move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. And for those who have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible. With Skyrizi, there's no daily dosing. It's just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement. And that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Have you or a family member been diagnosed with early-stage non-small cell lung cancer that can be removed by surgery? Consider talking to an oncologist about your treatment options. Why? Because knowing your options before you have surgery can help your care team develop a treatment plan that's right for you. Learn about a potential treatment plan before and after surgery at askbeforesurgery.com. That's askbeforesurgery.com. And talk to an oncologist before your surgery.
Miami, July 5th and July 31st. Ice Cube's Big Three is back at the Amerant Bank Arena, featuring big stars like Dwight Howard, Joe Johnson, Lance Stevenson, and more. And featuring your home team, the Miami 305, led by Michael Beasley. Grab your tickets now at big3.com/tickets or Ticketmaster. Presented by iHeart.
Put the finishing touches on your outdoor refresh with 4th of July savings at the Home Depot. Bring a splash of color to your space with a variety of plants selected to thrive in your region. And give your garden the foundation it needs for success with the right soil and mulch for every project. With 4th of July savings at the Home Depot, you'll have everything you need to help your yard flourish. Selection varies by store. See store for details.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Because as your life changes and your body changes, Sleep Number mattresses adapt and shift to give you personalized comfort night after night. And right now, new mattresses start at $1,500 during our 4th of July sale. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number. To a good life sleep.
Home services can sound a lot like... But what people don't hear is...
You have 47 new voicemails.
I don't think I can come in today. And whatever paperwork till you fall asleep sounds like. Close enough. Jobber helps home service pros organize, automate, and grow their businesses. So you can do a lot more... Make more? And do less? Start your free trial today at jobber.com.
Do you have a dark curiosity? Follow and listen to Heart Starts Pounding on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Wherever you go, download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Welcome back to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow, live from our Ford Clubhouse studio. I'm Christian Arkin, and before every game, we interview Red Sox manager Chad Tracy. Chad Tracy on WEEI is brought to you by our New England Ford dealers and employee pricing for all. You pay what we pay. Ford, the official vehicle of Major League Baseball, and that dirty water. Here with the manager Chad Tracy is our own Will Fleming.
The sun is shining brighter at Fenway Park today after a 4-game sweep of the New York Yankees. And we're here with the man who oversaw it all, Chad Tracy, the manager of the Red Sox. And I asked you before we came on, I bet you slept easy. And you said something that I totally felt myself. I did, but it took a long way to get down. There was so much adrenaline in this place, wasn't there?
Oh, man. Yeah, it was. It took a couple glasses of wine to wind down how loud this place was and how exciting of a game that was. It was one of those ones where you go home and feel like it's going to take me a couple more hours to even get close to falling asleep. But it was an exciting game, no doubt.
So many twists and turns. We'll talk about Sonny, obviously. But for your club to overcome the heartbreak, you make a couple really bad errors, and the Yankees cash them in. It's 4-2. What does it say about the toughness? And it's not your everyday players who are sort of igniting this toughness. What does it say about the potential for a run here that they're willing to dig deep like that?
I think it's important, like, you've been watching, like, we haven't had many games like that. Like, that was a big thing, is like, a big narrative around the team is like, oh, when they fall behind, there's not much comeback or whatever. And to be able to see, I mean, when we came off the field in the 10th, the energy in the dugout was such that it was like, we're winning this game. And to see, Siegler and Z and some of the guys with the energy they play with come up and help spark it, Massa with a big at-bat off the bench, And it's good for our group knowing like you've won 4 in a row against a really good opponent. And you did the last one where you came from behind in an insurmountable spot and did it. And to just for them to know like we can do that too. It doesn't have to be we have to get a lead and hold it. We can come from behind if we need to.
On the road, the first hitter is the most important if it's tied. At home, if you're down by a couple, the first hitter by far the most important in these extra innings. I mean, this kid Siegler, we say it almost every day now, Chad. Nothing bothers him.
No, he's been very calm, cool, and collected. I mean, obviously he gets very fired up, which I love. His energy that he brings is tremendous, and I think Z's shown that in his games too. That's a huge environment, and they just look under control. They rise to the moment. They play with energy. And they've been awesome. Everybody that's come up has been prepared, and they've been awesome.
So Wilyer is about your best player overall. He's going to win a 3rd Gold Glove. Was there anything? I mean, other than just the actual throws and the drop, is there anything that could have been executed differently on those plays?
No, I think the overthrow is actually the right play. The ball gets flied to right. You know the tying run is at first base, not second. And the throw is catch the ball, get it to second base, and keep the tying run at first base. And Chappie can navigate, the tying run being 2 hits away. He just overshot it by 3 or 4 feet, and Siegler couldn't get to it, and the ball ends up in between an area where we don't have a backup. And, it's unfortunate. But you said that very well. And then, obviously, comes hard in. I look at it more like we probably have a double play if he catches it. But I also look at it like there's probably not a whole lot of right fielders even get a glove on it. It's just one of those nights, man. But like I said this in the media, like I'm not gonna nitpick a guy that I think has a chance to win a platinum glove. It just happened to be a couple spots that found him, but he's so good out there. And my pride is the guys picked him up. They know how much defense means to him. They could see that he was beat up about it, and they picked him up and made it a moot point.
Chad, we all know what's going on in Venezuela, and you're around these guys all the time, and there's so many close-ups, even in the game. We've seen the post-game stuff from Wilson where they just look different. I mean, it's impossible to be in 2 places at one time. What's your impression of how those guys who were out on Jersey Street raising money for earthquake relief last night, how they're processing it all?
It's cool, isn't it? And they were out there supposed to be 5 to 10 minutes, and they didn't want to come in. They stayed actually out there until about 30, 25 minutes before the game and came in and got dressed really quick, went on the field. So it's weighing on them, man. It's their country and their loved ones and their countrymen, and seeing the suffering that's going on over there, and they're still trying to find people. It would weigh on anybody. So, it's difficult, but they're doing a good job of it, and the Red Sox are doing a good job of getting involved and some of the things they have set up to try to raise money, and the wives have gotten involved to go out and help raise money, and there's a very, very good effort being put forth by the organization to help in ways they can.
Chad, you've now been in the dugout 3 times in the last 2 weeks where your mind has to be thinking, am I about to see a no-hitter? It was Ranger, it was Peyton, and then last night was the most real, I thought, because obviously you get into the 8th inning. We were all worried about Rosario because he'd seen everything. He's such a veteran. But what was going through your mind as that game turns into the 8th inning without a hit in that column?
I did think he was going to do it. I really did. When he got through the 7th, I felt like this is a very, very real possibility. The pitch count was going to be a little high, but not crazy unreasonable. And a veteran like that, you're going to let him go for it. Once he got through 7, it becomes very feasible, or I don't want to say easy, but with a 2-run lead to just say, hey, once he gets out on the mound, make sure you can back him up in the 8th with Tehran, and you can back him up in the 9th with Chappie. So when you get to that point, you're we're in a good spot. We can go as soon as the hit happens. We're in a good spot there, and he got the first out of the 8th, and you're really starting to feel it. But man, he was it was something else, and then logged his 2,000th strikeout in the midst of it. The guy's a special pitcher.
I thought it was cool to see the way that he loved the environment here, because last night was one of those special nights at Fenway, and he totally embroiled himself right into the Yankee rivalry the minute he signed, but he's kind of misunderstood in that way. I thought it was very cool seeing his face, and you were standing right here watching that. He looked to both sides of Fenway, and I thought he took it in a way that he sometimes might not do.
Even just going to get him, he took a moment. I mean, I'm sure it was a combination of man, I was close, but just took a moment. He almost smelled the ball. The guy loves baseball so much, and he just took a moment to really take a breath. He knew I was coming to get him, but take a breath and take in what had just been done. And then, of course, in true Sonny fashion, compliments and thanks every one of his infielders for the job they did and says, go get this thing, get it done, and he's just a pro's pro, man. It was fun to watch him pitch.
Masa, I mean, that series is so different without what he just did. I mean, the leadoff homer off of Cole, and then the double changes everything in extra innings. Yeah. What have you seen from him that's gotten him sort of on track right now?
I don't know. Just ready to hit. He's hitting the ball out front. He's ready to go. And I think there's been some times, in the series, in the road trip, where maybe the ball's getting a little deep on him, and you see those choppers in the ground. His timing looks good. He's catching the ball out front. And he's getting the ball airborne to the pull side of the field a bit more, and he's hitting the ball with authority right now. And we all know Masa, like, he can go down for a while, and then there's periods like if he gets hot, he can go for a while. So we'll try to get him favorable matchups and keep mixing him and Romy in there, but the at-bats look a lot better.
Speaking of Venezuela, Ranger takes the ball tonight. He has been on one of those runs again where things are just clicking for him. Is it strike one? Is it mixing it all? What's made him so good lately?
Always a pitch mix with him. He's the left-handed Sonny for me. Like the way that they navigate the two-seam in and out. They can run a four-seam up top. They can drop a breaking ball in on you at any count at any time. His changeup's obviously elite. So like the wide array of pitches that he can cut it. He can cut it on your hands. The wide array of pitches they have that they can throw in any count and keep you off balance. They're just very, very veteran pitchers that know and can make adjustments to what they're seeing. So, him, if he's out there and in the zone early, I like his chances of having a good one.
I'm sure you were in the pitchers and hitters meetings today. I mean, the Nats have a couple guys who are going to be all-stars in Wood and Abrams. Both those guys have had enormous years. But all of a sudden, you got this guy, Luis Garcia, who's got 6 home runs in his last 7 games. I mean, he's not some known guy in the grand sense. Is that somebody you target in the reporting?
I know him because I saw him do it in AAA. I remember a couple years ago. I don't remember if it was 24, 23, maybe 23. I saw this guy take some at-bats against us in Worcester. I think he hit 4 or 5 home runs in Worcester one week, and a couple of them backside, a long way. I remember looking at Flo. It was with me at the time, so this guy can really hit. So sometimes, guys come up to the big leagues, it takes them a while to find their footing, but I'm well aware of what he can do, no question. And obviously the other guys you mentioned, some of the lefties that they have that can do some damage.
Lastly, the wins against the Yankees, phenomenal. Your team dug itself a hole that does not afford you a luxury of waiting and enjoying those wins. They only matter if you carry it through to this series with the Nationals. Is that something your leaders are talking about, that you're talking about, or do you think that's just kind of understood in your room?
I think it's understood. I said it last night in the media. I think Sonny said it too. Sonny said the same thing. I think it's the mindset is enjoy this one tonight. And then you wake up tomorrow and you come in and you have to come in ready to go and turn the page and be ready to go out and play with the same kind of enthusiasm during this series. Because you're right, like we're in a spot now where like we have to see if we can carry this through for the next couple of weeks leading into the break and put ourselves in a much better position. But we've certainly done the first end of it. We got to keep playing this way.
How about another game with 6 no-hit innings?
That would be wonderful. I'm all in on that.
Thanks, Chad.
You got it. Thanks.
Manager Chad Tracy there with our own Will Fleming. You can watch Red Sox pregame on Twitch. Just follow WEEI. Subaru Summer is finally here. Details at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Still to come here on the Mass Mutual pregame show. We got your starting lineups. We got a grab and go with Bradfo. We got to look at your scoreboard, and we got the lock of the day. Don't go anywhere. That's next here on the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
This summer, don't squeeze in. Spread out. Find homes big enough for your whole guest list on Vrbo. From family reunions to trips with friends, Vrbo has spacious summer stays for every group, size, and budget. That's vacation rentals done right. Start exploring on Vrbo and book your next stay now. Have you or a family member been diagnosed with early-stage non-small cell lung cancer that can be removed by surgery? Consider talking to an oncologist about your treatment options. Why? Because knowing your options before you have surgery can help your care team develop a treatment plan that's right for you. Learn about a potential treatment plan before and after surgery at askbeforesurgery.com. That's askbeforesurgery.com. And talk to an oncologist before your surgery.
Miami, July 5th and July 31st. Ice Cube's Big 3 is back at the Amerant Bank Arena, featuring big stars like Dwight Howard, Joe Johnson, Lance Stevenson, and more. And featuring your home team, the Miami 305, led by Michael Beasley. Grab your tickets now at big3.com/tickets or Ticketmaster. Presented by iHeart.
As a restaurant genius, I know the experience starts long before the food hits the table. Genius by Global Payments makes it easy. Digital menus and price updates in real time. No reprints, no surprises. The kitchen and floor stayed perfectly in sync, so every dish arrives exactly as it should. From game day crowds to memorable meals, big league reliability for any business. That's genius.
Bring on the off-road. Bring home a new Honda with a great deal on your favorite Honda vehicles. With the rugged Honda Pilot, Ridgeline, CR-V, and Passport, the road might stop, but the fun keeps going. All from the 2026 Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers get a 2.99% APR on a 2026 CR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Based on 2026 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelley Blue Book. Visit KBB.com for more information.
Put the finishing touches on your outdoor refresh with 4th of July savings at the Home Depot. Bring a splash of color to your space with a variety of plants selected to thrive in your region. And give your garden the foundation it needs for success with the right soil and mulch for every project. With 4th of July savings at the Home Depot, you'll have everything you need to help your yard flourish. Selection varies by store. See store for details.
Lemonade! Fresh squeezed lemonade! Lemonade? Oh, nuts.
Is your business struggling to be seen? Not reaching the right customers?
Yeah.
Odyssey's here to help. Your one-stop shop for digital marketing.
Wait, really?
With targeted digital media, plus SEO, SEM, social, OTT, and more, we help your business reach the right audience and drive results.
Whoa, hey, one at a time.
Stop missing out on valuable customers. Visit digitallocalads.com to learn more about our local advertising solutions. That's digitallocalads.com.
Okay, people, line starts here.
Remember enjoying those iconic red, white, and blue freezer pops in the summer? Now imagine that flavor reinvented as an energy shot. Introducing the Firework Freeze 5-Hour Energy Shot. A flavor explosion of sweet cherry, zesty lime, and electric blue raspberry that all come blasting together for a seriously refreshing shot. Ignite your taste buds with the flavor of the summer. Get a Firework Freeze 5-Hour Energy Shot today. For more information, visit 5hourenergy.com.
Hi, it's Will Fleming here, and Boston weather is relentless. The ice, the snow, the summer humidity. Your home's exterior can take a beating. What if your siding was made to stand strong through it all? Hardy fiber cement siding is engineered for our climate. It resists cracking in the freezing cold and won't swell in the summer heat. You get the timeless beauty of wood with lasting protection and low maintenance. Your home deserves the #1 brand of siding in North America. Learn more at jameshardy.com. That's James Hardy.
Bring on the fun and bring home a new Honda with a great deal on your favorite Honda vehicles. And finally take that road trip you've been dreaming of. Now's the time to check out the Honda Civic and HR-V from Honda, the 2026 KBB.com Best Value brand. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 5.49% APR on a 2026 Civic.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic SI and Type R. Based on 2026 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelley Blue Book. Visit KBB.com for more information.
After the game on 93.7 WEEI.
Welcome back to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Christian Arcand here with you. Red Sox and the Nationals. Game 1 of 3, and it's time for tonight's starting lineups, brought to you by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury firm. Let's meet tonight's players. For the hometown Red Sox, Masa Yoshida leading off and DHing. He'll be followed by Ceddanne Rafaela in center. Willie Abreu will bat third and play right. The cleanup hitter tonight is Wilson Contreras at first. He'll be followed by last night's hero, Jarren Duran, in left field. Caleb Durbin batting sixth and playing third base. He'll be followed by Anthony Siegler at second. Batting eighth is Carlos Narvaez, and your number 9 hitter is Sung-Chae Chen, who will be patrolling shortstop behind the starter, Ranger Suárez. For the Nationals, leading off is James Wood in left field. Andres Chaparro will be your number 2 hitter in DH. He'll be followed by Curtis Mead at third. C.J. Abrams at short. Dylan Cruz will bat fifth and play right field, followed by Jacob Young in center. Luis Garcia at first, who has 6 home runs in his last 6 games. Incredible tear that he's on. Nazem Nunez will bat eighth and play second. Kybert Ruiz will be your number 9 hitter and catcher for the starter, Miles Mikolas. Time now for a grab and go presented by the Bees Knees Benefits app. Here's Brad Foe with an update.
It's time for the grab and go. A quick look at the biggest Red Sox storylines of the day. Here's Rob Bradford.
All right, we're grabbing and going once again, this time at Fenway Park with the Red Sox taking on the Nationals. Nationals not a bad team, firmly in the playoff picture. In case you missed it, I sat down with Roman Anthony. Roman Anthony getting optimistic more and more and more, doing fielding practice routinely, and also talked a little bit about what he learned from Alex Bregman in terms of being a good teammate when you're on the IL and how he can help and make an impact. He said he wouldn't be the player he was today without Alex Bregman during that time on the IL Bregman had last year, giving him instruction. So I thought that was interesting. Go check that out. Baseball isn't boring. Speaking of Washington, they're 26-17 on the road, which is third best in the Major League Baseball. Luis Garcia Jr. has been absolutely on fire. He has 6 home runs in his last 6 games, hitting a pair of home runs in the Nationals' 6-4 win over Baltimore on Sunday. Garcia's 55 RBIs, ranked 7th in the National League, just 3 behind the league lead. Also of note, James Wood, he's really, really good, going to make the All-Star team. Went up to the Ted Williams seat today. I asked him, did you think Ted Williams hit the ball up there? And he's like, no chance. All right, that's what's grabbing and going.
All right, that was a Bradfo Grab and Go presented by the Bees Knees Benefits app. Make it part of every game day and get 50 cents off per gallon on your first fill-up or $5 off in-store. Download the Bees Knees Benefits app today and start saving. Terms apply. Time now for a quick look at the Subaru of New England scoreboard. Subaru summer is finally here. Details at SubaruofNewEngland.com. 2 games in progress right now. The Orioles enjoying a 1-0 lead over the White Sox in Baltimore after 1. Adley Rutschman with a sac fly there for the Birds, and the Phillies up 2-0 over the Pirates. A home run from Trey Turner, a leadoff home run, and then wouldn't you know it, right a couple batters later, Brandon Marsh with the second home run of the inning off of Pirates starter Braxton Ashcraft. They lead 2-0 now, headed to the bottom of the first. Time now for the Interlock Metal Roofing Lock of the Game. Visit interlockmetalroofing.com and never re-roof again. I'm going with Caleb Durbin. I know Luis Garcia is really hot right now, but I'm going with Durbin for an RBI. Drove in 2 runs last night, red hot. Go ahead and give me Durbin with an RBI tonight at plus 175, and there's your lock of the game. You've been listening to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Don't move a muscle. Red Sox in action next, right here on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
You've been listening to the Mass Mutual Red Sox pregame show. Mass Mutual. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. The Red Sox are coming up next on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
I'm Jenna Fisher. And I'm Angela Kinsey. And we have the podcast Office Ladies. Every Wednesday, we'll be sharing even more exclusive stories and lots of laughs. Follow and listen to Office Ladies on the free Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Let me tell you something. When you sign up for your insurance policy, for some brokers, that's the finish line. Handshake, commission, done. And then you may or may not hear from them again until it is time for renewal. Your business runs all year, and so do the gaps and the risk. That's why I'm introducing SuperSure. If your company has more than 25 employees, whether you're the owner, CFO, or HR manager, it can be too complex just to buy a policy online. SuperSure is the super agency built for you, licensed in every state for your business insurance and employee benefits, all with year-round support for you and your team. At supersure.com, you can access tools like Fine Print Facts, which translates your current policy into plain English, so you see what's covered and what's not. Plus, a business value calculator, so you can estimate what your business is worth, so you know what actually needs protecting. Go to supersure.com. One super agency, one powerful platform, all your policies in one place. Go to supersure.com. That's supersure.com.
Paid for by Supersure Insurance Agency, LLC, a licensed insurance agency.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WEBNOW1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
Why does it feel like nobody really gives us the inside scoop? Join us on The Powers That Be, the podcast where insiders from Puck break down who has influence, how they use it, and what it actually means for you. New episodes every weekday. Listen to The Powers That Be, wherever you get your podcasts.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter. Here's a World Soccer Championship Team Spotlight, brought to you by the first ever Infiniti QX65 and by Lowe's. Members get more at Lowe's.
France is loaded with attacking firepower, headlined by a lightning-fast forward who's been the best player on the planet for years. Les Bleus' combination of individual brilliance and collective discipline makes them perpetual contenders.
Miami, July 5th and July 31st. Ice Cube's Big 3 is back at the Amerant Bank Arena, featuring big stars like Dwight Howard, Joe Johnson, Lance Stevenson, and more. And featuring your home team, the Miami 305, led by Michael Beasley. Grab your tickets now at big3.com/tickets or Ticketmaster. Presented by iHeart.
Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app. This is Red Sox baseball.
Can you believe it?
On the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
It is gone! Say done! Say good night! Swing and a miss, strike three, it's over! And the Red Sox win! Jump on his back, fellas, the Red Sox win!
The Red Sox on WEEI are brought to you by Shaws and Star Market, the official supermarket of the Red Sox Radio Network. Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Subaru of New England. Don't miss the Subaru of New England A Lot to Love event.
23-year-old Clay Buchholz has no-hit the Baltimore Orioles.
Nissan. Shop your local Nissan store and NissanUSA.com. Arbella. Here for good. Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Ford Trucks, official truck of the Boston Red Sox. Sponsored by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. 110 Grill. Visit any of their 33 locations all throughout New England. McFarland Energy, the region's most dependable provider of home heating oil delivery, as well as expert HVAC services.
Way back by the wall! Off the wall, the Red Sox win!
Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers, Boston's go-to injury attorney for over 30 years. TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit timbertech.com. Dig Safe. Click digsafe.com or call 811 before you dig.
Way back! Grand Slam!
Interlock Metal Roofing. Visit NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com and never re-roof again. North Shore Adult Diapers. For even the heaviest control problems, visit NorthShore.com. Veterinary Emergency Group. Sponsored by Veg. ER for Pets. The official emergency veterinarian group of Red Sox Radio.
Two-run homer!
By VisitMaine.com. Now, with all the play-by-play action, here's Will Fleming and Cooper Boardman.
On yet another spectacular summer evening at Fenway Park, we welcome you to another production of Red Sox baseball on the radio, still beaming after a 4-game sweep of the New York Yankees. The Red Sox welcome the Washington Nationals, who've been one of the surprise teams in the National League. And they're, of course, run by Paul Taboni, a longtime member of this Red Sox front office. The Nats have hitters. They have not yet figured out the bullpen or the starting pitching, but they will score runs. And so kind of a study in contrast here this week with the Red Sox and the Nationals. Sox winners of 4 straight, a season best winning streak, trying to really carry the momentum of that Yankees win here tonight against the Nationals. And delighted to bring back Cooper Boardman into the broadcast booth. Coop,
It was an awesome 4 days at Fenway Park. I mean, the Red Sox, they walked the tightrope last night. It got a little bit dicey, but in the end, a thrilling and fitting comeback win to cap off a 4-game series sweep. And that matters. It does. It's not just in a vacuum, but they have to carry it forward, this Nationals team. They did win 2 of 3 against the Baltimore Orioles, but after a great and surprising start, especially offensively, they have cooled a bunch. And with the way the Red Sox are pitching, the way the Nats are not pitching, it does set up as a 3-game series that is not quite like Colorado, but it is one you have to take advantage of.
How many times have you and I sat there here and said, is this going to be the thing that changes it in Detroit and Kansas City and all this? And it hasn't been that. You're only as good as what happens here.
No doubt about it. Time now for the national anthem on Puerto Rican Heritage Night, brought to you by Ace Ticket, proud to be the official ticket sponsor of Boston Sports. Best values on tickets, aceticket.com. Here now, our Star-Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Marcela Cruz on Puerto Rican Night at Fenway Park. The Sox and the Washington Nationals back with Cooper Boardman. And before we get the injury report, the lineups, and we give our Mafre feelings, Cooper, we touched on the fact that, you know, the Red Sox trying to build on a 4-game series sweep of the New York Yankees. It's a lot of the same guys in the lineup today. Masa's going to lead it off just as he did against Garrett Cole. Chad Tracy's trying to ride the wave. I loved what he said before the game today. He said after the 2-run score in the top of the 10th, he looked over at Wilson Contreras and Anthony Siegler, and they were chest bumping, saying, we're going to win this game. And there is something going on. And just being on the field today, talking to people who wear the uniform, there's a different vibe around this team. Now, that is only as good as your next day, as your next game, as your next win. But I do think that there's something happening in terms of just the energy around this team.
In talking to people, there's been an enormous amount of honesty about what happened in the 9th and 10th innings last night. And people have said, when you talk to them, that early in the year, when the Yankees did what they did to tie the game and pull something out of nothing after mistakes and all this, that early in the year, they would have lost that game. And the vibe would have been bad in the dugout. Yep. And that would have been real. And instead, it was exactly what you just described. It was all of those people saying, no, we're good. We're going to win this game. And that is different. We'll see what happens as this unfolds over the next few weeks. But that is different. And if that is, more than anything else, if you can bottle up that emotion and play with that, more often than not, you know this, having lived it, good things happen.
There are a lot of people walking from the exterior of the outfield toward home plate. One of those, Ranger Suárez, surrounded by the entire pitching team. So too the umpires. Coop, take it away.
All right, Morgan and Morgan starting lineups featuring Ranger Suárez, brought to you by America's largest injury law firm. As we meet today's players, For your hometown Boston Red Sox at Fenway Park, they are 36-46 after a 4-game sweep of the New York Yankees. Now 4.5 games behind the Seattle Mariners for the final wild card spot in the AL. As Will told you, Masataka Yoshida leads off again. He is the designated hitter, 5 for 15 in his 5 games in the leadoff spot against the right-handed starter Miles Mikolas. Cedar Rafaela hits second, finishing off a great June after a great May, after a really good April. The center fielder hitting .292 in the month, bats second. He's followed by Wilyer Abreu, who's on a couple of times yesterday with 2 walks. He is the right fielder. Batting cleanup, Wilson Contreras, after a 4-hit weekend against the Yankees. His average is .301 as we enter play on Monday, June the 29th. He's followed by the 5-hitter Jaylen Brown, the hero from last night. He had a big smile on his face as he jogged onto a field amidst an empty Fenway Park earlier today. He bats 5th and plays left field. Caleb Durbin, hot Caleb Durbin, playing third base. He bats 6th. Anthony Siegler, the hype man himself, is the 7-hitter. He is the second baseman. The catcher tonight is Carlos Narvaez. He bats 8th. And Sung Chae Chang gets another start at shortstop, batting 9th. And one of 4 left-handed hitters in the Red Sox lineup, again, against a right-handed starter in Mikolas. Ranger Suárez will see this Washington lineup. The Nationals are 43-42, but a game above 500 doesn't do what it does in the American League when you're in the NL. They are 2 games out of a playoff spot under first-year manager Blake Butera. James Wood, one of the stars of the game, 6'7" left fielder, will lead it off, followed by Andres Chaparro. He is the designated hitter. Curtis Mead, a reclamation story for the Nationals, and there are a number of them really around this entire roster. He bats 3rd and plays third base, followed by C.J. Abrams, the best offensive shortstop in baseball right now. He is the cleanup hitter. Batting 5th, the right fielder, the number 2 pick in the 2023 draft, Dylan Cruz, who began the year at AAA in Rochester and now back here with the big league club after hitting at that level. The speedy Jacob Young is the center fielder. He bats 6th. Luis Garcia Jr., who has had the best offensive week of just about anybody in baseball. He has homered in 5 of his last 6 games. He bats 7th and plays first base. Nasim Nunez, the second baseman, bats 8th. And Keibert Ruiz, the catcher, bats 9th. To round out the Washington lineup tonight in the series opener between the Red Sox and the Nationals. It's a Washington offense. It really has been tremendous. It has not been as good as it was early in the year, but they are first in Major League Baseball in runs scored. They're top 5 in home runs, top 3 in slugging, and that will be the charge tonight for Ranger Suárez against a team that likes to hit the ball out of the ballpark in a ballpark that will give up plenty of home runs when not pitched to properly to try to keep them in the yard. Again, your starting lineups brought to you by Morgan & Morgan. That's America's largest injury law firm. Today's injury report is presented by CVS. CVS knows that where you get your medicine matters, and that's why CVS is by your side right when you need them the most. Welcome to CVS, the official pharmacy of the Boston Red Sox. 2 pieces of news from Chad Tracy pregame. Giovanni Moran, who threw 2 innings, 14 pitches at AAA Worcester. They want one more outing from him. That'll probably happen on Wednesday at some point. Pitch count to 30, and then hopefully they will activate him at some point on the road trip, although they don't expect that they're going to have him active for Game 1 of the road trip when the Red Sox get on the plane and go to Anaheim. Nick Sogard, same deal. He'll probably start some kind of rehab on Wednesday or Thursday, maybe an extended rehab as he works his way back from the oblique strain. They're also having conversations, not as much of a specific injury report, around where the rotation lines up as we enter the break and then come out of it. Remember, Patrick Sandoval is working his way back from his injury. He has thrown extended time, had a rehab shut down, then started again. And so they're waiting to see kind of exactly how it all lines up, but I think there's a chance that they might shuffle the rotation around or use some kind of openers or something like that. Those conversations are ongoing. Again, injury report brought to you by CVS. CVS knows that where you get your medicine matters. Ranger Suárez has jumped his way out of the first base side dugout. He is digging a hole on the rubber at the center of Fenway Park. And it's hard not to have a good feeling about him. Today's Mafre feeling brought to you by Mafre Insurance. Ranger, in 15 starts this year, has posted a 2.83 ERA. In 82 and 2/3 innings, he has struck out 84 against just 25 walks, averaging a strikeout per inning, carried a no-hitter on the road trip into the 7th inning against Seattle, was good again against the Rockies on the road there, and returns to Fenway Park with one of the best pitching lines of anybody in baseball right here, right now. Peace of mind, that's the Mafre feeling. Visit MafreInsurance.com. It is a lovely Fenway night after a lively weekend. Just walking around this ballpark and outside of it over the last few days, you could feel the joy. This was a team that played up to that joy. And it is probably, really unquestionably, the best 96 hours of the Red Sox season has taken place over the last 4 days. And so you wake up today, late Sunday night game. Red Sox got to the ballpark a little bit later today. Still haven't been taking BP on the field over the last few days because it's been working. But they try to take the field tonight and continue what they have done, which is win 7 of their last 10 games, 4 in a row, as they begin a 3-game set with the Washington Nationals. Sun is setting as we move past 7:10 p.m. on a Boston Monday night. Sky is blue overhead. There is not a single cloud to be found from the Prue down the right field line all the way to the Charles River beyond the monster in left. The bleachers in right with some sun on them and just about every part of the playing surface other than that in shade on a night where it'll be right around 75 degrees at first pitch here on June the 29th. The big left-hand hitter, James Wood, in the gray tops and gray bottoms for Washington, is in the left-handed box. Ranger Suárez in the white tops and white bottoms standing on the mound. For the play-by-play, the voice of the Red Sox, Will Fleming.
Thanks, Coop. So great to be with you as Ranger. Into the wind, the pitch to James Wood, one of the burgeoning young stars in the game. Takes a fastball that misses outside, and it is 1-0. This is a monster of a man. We're underway at 7:13. 79 beautiful degrees as Wood takes a fastball outside for ball 2. Time and temp brought to you by Plymouth Rock. Home and auto insurance. Made for Boston sports fans. PlymouthRock.com/Red Sox. Wood has got huge power, and he shows it here. This is a leadoff homer deep to right field, and the Nationals take a 1-0 lead. It's a young man who's hit the ball harder than anybody in the game just about. A massive man who came over in the Juan Soto deal, and that thing was pummeled. And the Nats make a statement to begin the series at Fenway.
Well, for a Red Sox fan who's not watched a whole lot of the Washington Nationals of the NL East this year, that's what they do.
It's interesting. Wood and Abrams, they're 2 real stars, have not been as hot of late, but when they got off to the 2-month start they did where they scored the most runs in baseball, it was led by Wood. Here's Andres Chaparro, who skies one into center field, but Cedon drifting back onto the center field dirt. The track is there to make the play, and there is out number 1. That is so unusual. I mean, the Red Sox in the series with the Yankees, 4 straight games where they didn't allow a hit through 5 innings. And, of course, Suárez, as you so beautifully detailed, Cooper, Ranger was unbelievable in his last 2 starts especially, but really, it's a 4-start run. So, here's Curtis Mead, who takes a strike on the outside corner. That's how good Wood is. I mean, he is going to be an absolute star in this game if he is not already. 0-1, Suárez throws, and the pitch misses low. A changeup, and it's 1-1. That is only the 5th home run allowed all year by Suárez. And I would be shocked if that wasn't the longest by far. Here's a pitch to Mead, former Tampa Bay Ray. A cutter that misses inside, 2-1. Pitch is down. And one thing about Ranger, like Sonny and like Connolly early, and in some ways like Peyton Tolley, they were not rattled by things that happened in the first inning. I think one of the benefits of the last couple of weeks is that the Red Sox have dismissed a couple of narratives. 3-1 is a strike on the inside corner. Those would be that if you don't score first, you're not going to win. Or that if you fall behind by a couple runs, you're not going to win. They've done that many times. I just think it's a totally new feeling and personnel in that first base dugout. 3-2 is right there. Strike three called. No idea what Meade was looking for. So Ranger, after the homer, bounces back and they're 2 down.
Well, and I think it starts with starting pitching. And I know that the starting pitching was good in early May, too. But this has been a different level over these last 11 games. The 11 consecutive quality starts and all of that. But you believe in Rangers' ability to keep it right here.
Seen it over and over again. 2 down here is C.J. Abrams, who is going to be an all-star. He's hitting .275 with 17 home runs and 57 driven in. Wide stance, left-handed hitter. The pitch is swung on and missed. Now that was awkward looking. Great curveball from Ranger. Of course, these two know each other very well. All of Rangers' years with the Phillies. C.J. 0 for 9 against Suarez with 4 strikeouts. 0-2 the pitch. Swing and a miss. See ya. Slider not even close. So James Wood leads off with a left-on-left homer to deep right field, but then Ranger does Ranger things. We go to the bottom of the first inning, 1-0 Nationals. When we return, the Red Sox will have Yoshida, Cedon, and Willier after this on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Have you or a family member been diagnosed with early-stage non-small cell lung cancer that can be removed by surgery? Consider talking to an oncologist about your treatment options. Why? Because knowing your options before you have surgery can help your care team develop a treatment plan that's right for you. Learn about a potential treatment plan before and after surgery at askbeforesurgery.com. That's askbeforesurgery.com. And talk to an oncologist before your surgery.
Miami, July 5th and July 31st. Ice Cube's Big 3 is back at the Amerant Bank Arena, featuring big stars like Dwight Howard, Joe Johnson, Lance Stevenson, and more. And featuring your home team, the Miami 305, led by Michael Beasley. Grab your tickets now at big3.com/tickets or Ticketmaster. Presented by iHeart.
Bring on the off-road. Bring home a new Honda. With a great deal on your favorite Honda vehicles. With the rugged Honda Pilot, Ridgeline, CR-V, and Passport, the road might stop, but the fun keeps going. All from the 2026 Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers get a 2.99% APR on a 2026 CR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Based on 2026 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelley Blue Book. Visit KDB.com for more information.
As the U.S. men's national team takes center stage at a home World Cup, make sure you're listening to Call It What You Want, part of the CBS Sports Podcast Network, where you can join me, I'm Jimmy Conrad, alongside Charlie Davies, Tony Miola, Marcelo Balboa, and Benny Feilhaber throughout this tournament for previews, instant reactions, and analysis of every U.S. match. Then all summer, we're back every Tuesday and Thursday, covering all things U.S. men's national team. Download and follow Call It What You Want on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever you get your podcasts.
WEEI on the go? Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Masa Yoshida leads it off in the bottom of the first, and the pitch to him is a strike on the outside corner from the 37-year-old Miles Mikolas, longtime St. Louis Cardinal. 2-6 with a 5.24 ERA. He does not walk many. He does not strike out many. The 0-1 to Masa is a strike on the outside corner. Playing pretty simple against Mikolas. He's going to be around the zone. You got to be ready to do damage. 0-2 to Masa, who had an awesome series against the Yankees. The 0-2 is fouled back to the screen. We got a lot of things going on right now. And the Red Sox are trying to beat the Washington Nationals in the opener to this series. Just down the road in Foxborough, Paraguay is on the precipice of an epic upset in the World Cup, round of 32. 0-2 is outside. They were here, the Germans were, a couple nights ago. And they're in penalties now. Germany was saved in the first penalty, and Paraguay has scored on their first. 1-2 from Mikolas to Masa. 250 with a couple home runs. He skies one down the left field line, foul. And out of play. Masa, he got Garrett Cole, I should say, the opposite of Garrett Crochet, in the second pitch of the game with a leadoff homer. And then the double behind the Siegler single in the 10th with the 2-run deficit was just an enormous swing. 1-2 to the Macho Man, and he takes a ball down and it almost hit him on the feet. This is the thing about Mikolas. I think these Red Sox hitters are not going to be uncomfortable at any point.
when you look at the strikeout numbers, you said it, not a lot of strikeouts. I don't think at 2-2 you feel the way you do against a lot of major league starters. Like, you can take your slug swing here.
2-2. Pitch is skied into shallow left field. James Wood is camped out like a statue right in front of the track. He's there to make the play, and there's one down. The Nationals have Garcia at first, Nunez at second, Abrams at short with Curtis Mead at third, Wood, Young, and Cruz, former number 1 overall pick in the outfield left to right. Defensive alignment brought to you by James Hardy. Hardy Siding is America's number 1 brand of siding. Here's Cedon, who's going to homer tonight. He takes a pitch that misses outside, and that's ball 1. This is his kind of pitcher. If you're around the zone, you don't get a lot of chase, you make mistakes, he's going to punish you. 1-0. 1-0 Nationals in the first. The pitch is low. Edwin Moscoso is the home plate umpire tonight. 2-0. I think Cedon may well untie his shoes with this swing right here. Mikolas on the first base side of the rubber. Nats in the road. Grays throws, and Cedon swings and grounds one on the left side. Abrams backhands. He plants. Throws to first, but wide and not in time. Get into the dugout. It will not. It's off the screen. So an infield hit. Good range from Abrams. Not the best throw in the world. Probably should have put that in his back pocket. And the Red Sox have a one-out hit from Cedon.
Just what he's done all year. I mean, he's taken the slug swings. He's driven balls over the wall. He's driven them into the gaps. But he's also, when fooled, gotten better results because he's taking better swings. And it's a slider outer half. He pulls it on the ground. It's not perfect. And that's when you think about the athletic ability that he has. And now, by the way, I think the Red Sox are trying to steal some bases tonight.
Mikolas not quick to the plate. Ruiz not the best thrower. Here is Wilyer, who takes a curveball, low ball 1. You know that Wilyer wants to do some damage tonight. He was incredible in the postgame last night. You could just see the emotion on his face and in his eyes. He and all the Venezuelans on this team are dealing with so much right now. 1-0 to Wilyer. Cedon at first. Pitch is ripped into center field. That's a base hit. Cedon's easily going to get to third. Young over to his left. He's there to make the play. However, a frozen rope for Wilyer. And the Red Sox have him at the corners.
A triple a couple of nights ago. He didn't get a hit last night, but he did walk twice. And when you watch Wilyer Abreu, night to night, week to week, month to month, that is always the sign. And then guys start throwing strikes to him, and he does that.
It's, to me, Coop, this is just a great matchup for this Red Sox lineup. If you throw it in the zone, you're in trouble. All right, here now is Wilson Contreras. Kind of a sneaky, quiet, great series against the Yankees, both on and off the field. First and third, they'll concede the run. The pitch is a bunt on the first base side foul. I don't think I really love that. But it's gamesmanship from Contreras, and it's 0-1.
I didn't even know he could bunt.
Wow. We'll check it. There's no shot he's bunted for a hit that often in his career. You don't want him to. 0-1. First and third, Mikolas on the ropes. 1-0 Nats. The pitch is swung on and fouled. That's what he's doing. I mean, he's trying to set him up to get a pitch to hit. But look, he's been a delightful part of this Red Sox season. That is not the right play. This guy who's all over the zone, let it rip. 0-2. Cedon at third, Wilyer at first. He's got a big lead, Abreu does. Not going. The pitch is a check swing just outside, a sweeper. And it is 1-2. Well, since you're following along with our dual track broadcast, Germany just saved the fourth penalty round, so it's all square. And now literally sudden death at Foxborough. But here, looking for sudden life. 1-2 from Contreras. The pitch is swung on and driven high and deep into left field. Way back, Wilson! On to Lansdowne for Venezuela. A 3-run bomb. And the Red Sox lead it 3-1.
bat flip to end all bat flips, too. He stood there for a long while. He threw that bat to the moon and then roared to the dugout. You talk about the emotion. You know he's feeling every ounce of it right now.
Well, he put his hands together and prayed to the heavens as he touched home plate. And he's hit a lot of big home runs in his life. A lot. Playoff games, World Series games. Not many have meant more to him than that one right there. All right, here's Jaylen Brown, the hero last night. He takes a strike on the outside corner. I'm telling you, this is just a good matchup for this Red Sox offense.
Well, you get to know Wilson, and Red Sox fans have watched him play with this kind of emotion.
Durant taking a curveball low, and it's 1-1.
You think about what you guys have talked about it all weekend. He and his countrymen have had to carry with them over these last few days. Like, that's an explosion for himself, his family, his country.
1-1 is fouled back to the screen. He should try to bunt more, I think.
Yeah, right.
1-2 to Durant, and Germany have prevailed. Michael Neuer just made an incredible save on the 5th PK from Paraguay. What a comeback just down the road, down I-95. Wilson Contreras is sobbing in the Red Sox dugout. How cool is that? I mean, cool is not the right word as Durant swings over the top of the changeup, but how moving is that? And we talked about this last night. I mean, really, Wilson cannot contain himself. He's been emotional for the last several days. These guys, Wilson and Wilyer and Carlos and Ranger, who's on the mound tonight, are carrying so much with them. Pitch is outside to Durbin, 2 down, 3 runs in, and a Wilson home run. They were out on Jersey Street yesterday. It was supposed to be a 10-minute outing. They waited for 45. They did not come in till 20 minutes before the game as Durbin fouls it off of the first base side. They got dressed in 10 minutes, came onto the field. He's been the leader on this team, and Ranger Suárez is basically trying to not look at him. And now Andrew Bailey comes over in the dugout and gives him a long embrace. Here's Durbin skying one high and deep down the left field line. It is way back, and Caleb Durbin is gone. Over the monster in left. Home run derby, and it's 4-1 Red Sox. Caleb Durbin, other than Contreras for the last 3 weeks, has been the Red Sox best player. And I'll tell you right now, there's something super magical happening in the first base dugout. There's no other way to look at it. Here's Anthony Siegler. The pitch is down and in. So right as Durbin dug in, Andrew Bailey, who's in all the pitchers, catchers meetings with Contreras, came over and embraced him for like a full minute as Siegler takes a pitch down and in, 2-0. And they're crying together. And here comes Durbin to the plate to launch right behind him.
As Durbin rounded third, they were still embracing. And then they only turned as Durbin entered the dugout and put the Wally head on.
It's a very different thing. 2-0 to Siegler. Fenway alive, the pitch. Swinging a shot into center field. That's a base hit. Siegler just keeps on doing it. Red Sox are a different club than they were 5 days ago. It's a 2-out shot for Siegler, and now Wilyer Abreu is hugging Wilson Contreras in the dugout, who cannot stop his emotions. I mean, it is, I think people need to step back and think about this. What if you were working in any country across the world, and you're from Boston, you spent your whole life here, and you hear that an earthquake levels buildings here and 1,500 people are gone, 700 more are missing, and many of whom are your friends and your neighbors. That's what these guys are carrying into these games. And it's just amazing. And now Chad Tracy, who continues to show just such an incredible feel for humanity, comes over and he hugs Contreras. I mean, I think we've all been there in our lives when maybe you lose somebody that is in your family or it's very close to you, you go through your daily life, especially in a job that is this pressurized for these players, and you have to bottle it up. Here's Carlos Narvaez speaking of Venezuela. The pitch to him is foul back. How cool would it be if he, too, could go yard? But then there comes a crack and a release, and it's very hard to stop that outpouring of emotion. And that's what's happening right now from Wilson Contreras. 0-1 to Narvaez with Siegler leading at first. 4-1 Red Sox throw over there. This team, just in a black and white wins and loss senses, is trying to find its identity, try to turn the ship around. But what they're also doing, I think, these last several days is rediscovering a new and inventing a new identity. 0-1, the pitch to Carlos is swung on and missed. And Contreras is right at the heart of that. I mean, Trevor Story comes into the season as the veteran, the guy who led this team. Contreras is a different guy. I mean, we've known that he is fiery, that he's not everybody's cup of tea, but he has endeared himself so much to this clubhouse. 0-2, the pitch to Narvaez is fouled back. He took a big rip, and it's 0-2. And you see it in the reactions in that dugout.
You watch him play, and he plays baseball like it's therapy. Like there's emotion in everything he does, and it doesn't come from any place other than it is truly who he is. And so all of that is who he is on the edge of what he does.
What a powerful moment that was. 0-2, Siegler might run the pitch to Narvaez. Foul back. Look out, Coop, just beneath us. By the way, I misspoke. Germany's out. Paraguay, that was the 4th round of penalties. Germany missed the last in sudden death, the first anyway, and then Paraguay scored to win. That's amazing at Foxborough. So New England right now is the epicenter of a lot of sports emotions. 0-2 to Narvaez, the pitch. He is swung on a miss. He struck him out with a fastball. However, Wilson Contreras, filled with so much emotion and with the energy of his homeland behind him, launches a 3-run homer. And don't look now, this Red Sox team is coming together. 4-1 after an inning on the Shaws and Star Market, WEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
Have you or a family member been diagnosed with early-stage non-small cell lung cancer that can be removed by surgery? Consider talking to an oncologist about your treatment options. Why? Because knowing your options before you have surgery can help your care team develop a treatment plan that's right for you. Learn about a potential treatment plan before and after surgery at askbeforesurgery.com. That's askbeforesurgery.com. And talk to an oncologist before your surgery.
Miami, July 5th and July 31st. Ice Cube's Big Three is back at the Amerant Bank Arena, featuring big stars like Dwight Howard, Joe Johnson, Lance Stevenson, and more. And featuring your home team, the Miami 305, led by Michael Beasley. Grab your tickets now at big3.com/tickets or Ticketmaster. Presented by iHeart.
I'm Dr. Herney Bott, host of Hidden History. Every Monday, I go where history gets uncomfortable. Vanished civilizations, doomsday prophecies, and events that science still can't fully explain. Listen to and follow Hidden History, available now wherever you get your podcasts.
CBS knows where you get your medicine matters. It matters every day and every night. It matters that we're not just in your community, but we're part of it, making sure everyone feels welcomed and rewarded. It matters that we're here for what the doctor prescribed, and also just what the doctor ordered. Welcome to CVS, the official pharmacy of the Boston Red Sox.
Jeffrey Glassman Injury Attorneys have been Boston's go-to injury attorneys for over 30 years. If you've been hurt in a car or work accident, you've got to get Glassman. Call all sevens at 617-777-7777. That's 617-777-7777.
We're right back to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Well, an emotionally turbocharged night at Fenway Park continues as we're only in the 2nd inning. Ranger Suárez, a Venezuelan himself, you know, he's carrying the weight of the world on his left arm. He fires a pitch to Dylan Cruz, who has made some adjustments. He takes strike one of the outside corner. The Red Sox, you know, Wilson and Willier yesterday had inscriptions written with like a silver Sharpie on their pens. Today, Rangers got VZ stitched onto the right side of his hat. So that's a credit to Tommy McLaughlin, the Red Sox clubhouse manager, and all the people who support all these players. You can see it in his eyes. He's always like that, kind of cool as the other side of the pillow. Ranger is. The 0-2 to Cruz is in the dirt, a curveball, and it's 1-2.
Now, even watching Wilson as he took the field, he got to the top step of the dugout, looked to the sky, took like a really, really deep breath, and then took his position.
Yeah, it is time to kind of regroup for him and all these guys. The 1-2 is a ground ball to short. Cheng has got it. Backhand throw to first to Contreras. Yeah, there's one down. Look, here's the reality of this thing. The game that we love, the game that we broadcast, is now dominated by so many people who view it as more of a numbers game and more of a technicality and more of an algorithm. It is won and lost and played by human beings. End of story. And when you start to see groups that find a chemistry together, as Jacob Young takes a cutter for strike one from Ranger, it changes everything. And again, it's a long year. It's 162 games. Here's the 0-1, and it's outside, which is why I think it's ever more important to have that thing that binds you together. Somebody said a great quote, which I love. It's easy to find the people you want to win with. The 1-1 pitch is a little bit outside. A changeup that missed, and it's 2-1. I want the people that I want to lose with. And I think that this Red Sox team has been through the gamut this year. The 2-1 pitch is fouled on the first base side into the pavilion level. Jacob Young makes it 2-2 with one down in the top of the second inning. And I think this Red Sox team has lost plenty, and they've learned how to endure losses together. And now all of a sudden you have this thing that happens outside of the walls of Fenway Park that starts to bring people together even more. 2-2 to Jacob Young, who's got 8 homers and 30 driven in. Here's the pitch. And that is just low. Narvaez wants to challenge. That looked close from here.
Pitcher's called the ball. Catcher has
And it's going to be so tight, I think it's a strike. We will see. The verdict is in, and it is a strike. The Venezuelan battery challenges. And they're 2 away. That ABS challenge brought to you by Dana-Farber. I promise Joe Braverman we will get caught up on drops, but things that have been going on in this first inning sort of supersede anything else. But by the way, the defensive alignment, as we said, brought to you by Hardy Siding. And the first pitch from Ranger brought to you by Jeffrey Glassman, Injury Lawyers, Boston's go-to injury attorney for over 30 years. Here's the Nats' hottest hitter, Luis Garcia Jr., who's hit 6 homers in his last 7 games. It's a kid's game that comes with enormous pressure when you get to this level. The 0-1 to Garcia misses outside. He had 2 home runs yesterday in Baltimore. The Nats have been floundering a little bit after a really surprisingly great start. 1-2-3 from the O's. 1-1 to Garcia. 4-1 Red Sox in the second. The pitch is way outside. It's an individual and a team sport all at once, where everybody's trying to make themselves better, and that can be a lonely place. If you're struggling, if you're grinding, if you're back and forth between AAA and the major leagues, the 2-1 pitch. Here's a ground ball softly hit to the right side. Anthony Siegler, looking like an Amansky video, gobbles it up and throws to first in time, and the inning is over. Ranger Suárez, he looks to the heavens himself. My heavens, the Red Sox are rolling 4-1 after an inning and a half of the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Hi, I'm PJ Vogt, and I want to tell you about my podcast, Search Engine. We try to make sense of the world, one question at a time. No question too big, no question too small. We will even answer your questions if you send them in. Stuff like, what happens when a cemetery goes out of business? What should we do about teens using AI to do their homework? Who buys luggage at the airport luggage store? Follow and listen to Search Engine in partnership with Odyssey, wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm Ultima Morgan. Morgan & Morgan isn't just an injury firm. It's our family's life work. It's my husband, it's my sons, it's me. When we take a case, we see a family just like ours. $30 billion recovered is something I'm proud of. But what I'm really proud of are the families we stood beside. It's an honor to fight for you when you need our support the most. Morgan & Morgan, for the people and your family.
Morgan & Morgan is responsible for this ad. John Morgan is licensed in Florida and Tennessee. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Hey, Lou Merlone here. Grab your weekly groceries and earn reward points towards the Shaw's and Star Market Grand Slam Summer Sweepstakes. This is your chance to win free groceries for a year. Plus, your child could be a junior broadcaster at a Boston baseball game. Just redeem your grocery reward points in the 4U app to submit your entries. Want to rack up the points faster? Clip the 4X coupon in the 4U app and shop participating products like Coca-Cola, Monster, Hood, and KM. Download the app or head to Shaw's or StarMarket.com/Grand Slam to get all the details.
Come celebrate America's 250th at the 99 Restaurant. Kids eat free now through July 16th with every adult entree purchased. Great food, great fun, and happy birthday, America. You gotta love the Nines.
The Christian Arcand Show, weekday afternoons starting at 6. Now back to the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Sung-Chae Cheng is on for the Red Sox. They call him Z in the clubhouse. I need to figure out why that is.
So we did this in Worcester. Like, I've been asking everyone, and no one knows.
0-1 on a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Cheng had an awesome swing last night. Another good one, a line drive up the middle into center field. His sacrifice fly on a high splitter from Fernando Cruz was so critical it moved the winning run to third for Duran's heroics.
Best I've gotten so far is when he introduced himself to everyone in spring training. He said, "Everybody calls me Z."
Yet another one of the beauties of this game. So, Z is aboard, and here comes the Macho Man, Masataka Yoshida. Bottom second, 4-1 Red Sox. The pitch is ripped into center field, sinking down for a hit. That bounced in. It was trapped out there by Young. Good base running, actually, by Cheng to hold between first and second. Masa is on a tear, and the Red Sox have 2 on with nobody out.
I think sometimes we forget how hot Masa can get, and we've seen this September of last year. We basically carried the Red Sox offense into the postseason. And he doesn't get enough at-bats consistently right now for that to be the case. But if he keeps hitting like this, he's going to get those at-bats. He's got a chance to stay hot.
Here's Cedon. 2 on, none out. He will not bunt here. The pitch is driven high down the right field line toward the pesky pole. It's got a chance. It is back there, and it is just foul by a couple of feet outside that line. And it is a long and high wire act strike one.
299 feet.
That's like 3 short of what you need down there. It is really not 309. Get serious. 0-1 to Cedon. 2 on, none out. The pitch. Looper into shallow right field. Got a real chance to get down for a hit. Back on it goes. The second baseman. He doesn't make a play. Nunez yielded to Cruz, and here we go. The Red Sox have the bases loaded with nobody out in the second.
I don't know what just happened. Nunez going back and back and back, and Cruz could have gotten there. But I guess because Nunez was that close to it, he thought that Nunez was going to get it, and then vice versa. And that's hit to the right spot, but that's also a gift.
All right, so we've had one massive Venezuelan home run already. Why not another right here? With Wilyer Abreu, the bases loaded. Pitch is a curve. Smart there from Mikolas. I think Wilyer is ready to come totally untethered with a fastball. It's 0-1. This guy is what he is. He's around the zone, and the Red Sox hammer pitches like this. 0-1 with the bases loaded. Nats bring the infield in. The pitch is ripped into left field. Way back and it goes. Wood on the trot. He reaches out and makes a really good play. Cheng will tag at third. He comes home to score. That is a beautiful swing, especially here for Wilyer, and it's 5-1.
Sinker outer half, just went with it. 94 off the bat, and I think it's not a 6'7" left fielder, he's got a chance for a lot more than that. It's a really nice catch. It's really good offense, and the Red Sox have 8 hits against 4 outs from Mikolas right now.
All right, here's Wilson. How about another 3-run homer right here? Massa at second. The pitch is swung on and miss with Cedon at first. Trying to gather himself a little bit is Mr. Contreras, who now, by the way, has 53 runs batted in. 53, 0-1 is inside. He'll always crowd the plate. Told you, he's now 8 for 20 with 2 home runs against Mikolas. You get Contreras out on stuff that's off the plate, not that's in the zone. 1-1, the pitch is swung on and driven high and deep and foul toward the Coca-Cola sign. It's already been a special night for Wilson to get a chance to do it even more so tonight.
Doesn't he look like possessed?
Well, he does often.
Yeah.
He does that on a Tuesday at 9 a.m. But you're right that he's carrying a different level of emotion. 2 on, 1 out. 5-1 Sox. The 1-2 is a check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Now, Nick Lentz had a really nice chat with Wilson Contreras as he took the field in the top of the first, and clearly he was expressing his, sincerity and emotion. I don't know. Wilson, as he's walking to the first base dugout, is tapping his helmet as if he'd like to challenge, and somebody just got thrown out. Was it Contreras?
Yeah.
No way. If Nick Lentz just did that, get the heck out of town. You got to be kidding me. On this night of all nights, with what he knows is going on, you've got to be kidding me. That is the least lack of feel I've ever seen from an umpire. Are you kidding me? That is an umpire making himself the show, and Chad Tracy should get thrown out himself. That is an absolute absurdity. Again, Nick Lentz did the right thing before the game. What he just did there is unforgivably selfish and egregious. Cannot happen. That is a joke. Chad Tracy is such a kind gentleman. I've never seen him with his blood up. He's got his hand over his mouth. Now Contreras is coming out to try to talk things over with Jose David Flores. I mean, you're not going to rescind an ejection. I've never seen this before. After a player gets ejected.
Never.
He's actually talking to him, and I think he's probably pleading his case like, this is a game that means more to me than anybody I've ever seen, and any game that I've ever been a part of. You can't throw me out here, but you can't overturn an ejection. He's not going to win this case.
I've never seen this in my life. Player walking out of the dugout to talk with an umpire after he's already been thrown out.
Wow.
And this is, a situation for Jose David Flores and Chad Tracy where they can't pick up Wilson Contreras and take him off the field, but you'd like him to.
Yes, but he looks calm.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he basically sold the case to Jose David Flores. Like, I would just want to talk to this guy. And I'm sorry, that is a complete disgrace from Nick Lentz. It is. That's not anywhere in any rule book that you can't. He didn't say anything. I mean, you're allowed to mimic and do whatever you want. He was frustrated. He said that was not a check swing, which, by the way, it was a check swing. That's the other part of this. And Wilson, who wears his heart on his sleeve, as we've seen tonight, sort of taps on his helmet as if to say, I'd like to challenge that. Come on. All right, 2 down, 2 on. The pitch is a strike. Nick Lentz, you're not the show. You're not the reason people came here. There are 35,000 people at Fenway. There are 35 in that first base dugout who are being emotionally driven by Wilson Contreras. For him to do that is an absolute joke. Here's Duran fouling one on the first base side, and it's 0-2.
It's fascinating because the body language from Nick Lentz at first base was like, essentially, I have to throw you out. Like, he kind of shrugged and then threw him out.
He should be thrown out of this game for that. He shouldn't umpire for a month. I'm sorry. That's ridiculous. It's not the spirit of this thing. Your ego is that big, you can't be. A part of that is Duran swings and fouls it off. Umpires are great. They do a very hard job. They're better than most people think they are. What he just did is a laughable affront to what this game means. And by the way, I saw him come out with Edwin Moscoso and meet with young kids before the game. Nick Lentz is a good human being. We saw it before the game. But he just let his ego and adrenaline get the better of him right there. That's ridiculous. 0-2 to Duran. The pitch is low. How about have a little feel? I mean, you just saw the guy take the field crying after hitting a 3-run home run. How about a little grace knowing he's a little charged up? He didn't say any magic words. He didn't touch you. He didn't make a run at you. In no world is that justifiable. None. 5-1 Red Sox. Duran, who loves Contreras, is going to ask for time. Actually, it was the catcher, Ruiz, who did that. Come on. The Red Sox have a run in on an Abreu sac fly. They lead 5-1. Pitch is a chopper on the right side, foul off of Duran's foot. I'm surprised Chad didn't get run too.
Well, that's what I was about to say. The way the rest of that unfolded, Chad Tracy was clearly out there to get run. And then once Contreras walked out, he had to change. He basically had to change tacks there. It was like, all right, well, now I need to kind of mediate this. And then when Contreras calmly walked off, as a manager, you're not going to turn around and then, go at the umpire again.
I'm sorry. There's just very little accountability for umpires these days. They've gotten better, but that's got to change. 1-2, the pitch to Duran. Rip to second, diving stop, and great play by Nunez, and the inning is over. Nick Lentz, see you later, dude. 5-1 after 2, the Red Sox lead. By the way, Heart of the Order brought to you by Mvutra. Ask your doctor about Mvutra and visit Mvutra.com, Mvutra.com to learn more today. Ranger Suárez to the mound. 5-1 Red Sox after 2 in the Shaws and Star Market, WEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
Have you or a family member been diagnosed with early-stage non-small cell lung cancer that can be removed by surgery? Consider talking to an oncologist about your treatment options. Why? Because knowing your options before you have surgery can help your care team develop a treatment plan that's right for you. Learn about a potential treatment plan before and after surgery at askbeforesurgery.com. That's askbeforesurgery.com. And talk to an oncologist before your surgery.
Miami, July 5th and July 31st. Ice Cube's Big 3 is back at the Amerant Bank Arena, featuring big stars like Dwight Howard, Joe Johnson, Lance Stevenson, and more. And featuring your home team, the Miami 305, led by Michael Beasley. Grab your tickets now at big3.com/tickets or Ticketmaster. Presented by iHeart.
I'm Sally Helm with the podcast History This Week. In each episode, we serve as your eyes and ears into history's biggest events. Major elections, world wars, scientific breakthroughs. But we also bring you into the smaller, behind-the-scenes stories. The unsung heroes, secret meetings, even personal grudges that changed the course of history. Listen to and follow History This Week, an Odyssey podcast in partnership with the History Channel. Available now for free on the Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Veg ER for Pets has revolutionized the pet emergency experience. Not only will you see an experienced veterinarian right away, but you will stay with your pet the entire time. Visit veg.com to find the location nearest you. Veg ER for Pets is the official emergency veterinarian group of Red Sox Radio.
More Boston sports opinion, more often. Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
We're all trying to kind of calm down here a little bit as Ranger Suárez is on. Nasim Nunez bluffs a bunt, a fastball on the outside corner. There's a strike on the outside corner. I'm trying, as I give it to Cooper Boardman here, to not tap my head because he might throw me out of the broadcast booth. The 0-1 is fouled straight back. Take it away, Coop.
All right, fine. You just went for a walk in between innings.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah. This has been one of, and the Red Sox are winning the game. It's 5-1. We're in the third inning at Fenway. Ranger Suárez on the mound, the 0-2, and Nunez swings and misses right by him. Breaking ball, Nunez completely fooled, and back to regularly scheduled programming for Suárez. Arbella Insurance Foundation with that K dedicated to striking out cancer by supporting the Jimmy Fund for every strikeout from a Sox pitcher during the season. The Arbella Insurance Foundation donates $50 to the Jimmy Fund. Here for the Jimmy Fund, here for good.
I appreciate you doing the reads. I do, because I'm not going to do many of them tonight. How many people in this crowd do you think came here to watch Nick Lentz play?
Gabriel Ruiz batting. He swings and he grounds it left side at Caleb Durbin. He went to his left. He picks it up. He throws across the diamond in time to the new first baseman, Andrew Monasterio, taking over for Wilson Contreras after he was thrown out a second ago. Again, just joining us, welcome, 5-1 Red Sox. Wilson Contreras hit a home run in the first inning. He was incredibly visually emotional in the dugout afterwards as pitch is fouled off to the left from James Wood. He, Willie Abreu, Ranger Suárez, Carlos Narvaez, the Venezuelans on the Red Sox, but also around baseball, have been grappling with the devastating earthquake that struck earlier this week in the northern portion of that country. The 0-1, and pitch is low to make it 1-1 on Wood, and you could just see every bit of his human being feeling that. The 1-1 is cut on a miss, and then in Contreras' second at bat, he check swung on a 2-strike pitch. Nick Letts, first base umpire, punched him out, said he went around. And as Contreras was walking to the dugout on the first base side, he tapped his helmet a couple of times, almost sarcastically. Didn't look at Lentz. As 1-2's tapped in front of the plate, picked up on the plate by Narvaez. A fair ball. He steps out, throws to first in time.
Who cares if he looked at him?
Yeah. As Suarez goes 1-2-3.
You'll pick that up in the next.
Yeah, they threw Contreras out of the game, and now Will's breathing heavy. 5-1, Red Sox on top as we go bottom 3, maybe, on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Bring on the fun and bring home a new Honda with a great deal on your favorite Honda vehicles. Check out the all-electric Honda Prologue, CR-V Hybrid, Accord Hybrid, and Civic Hybrid, all from the 2026 Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.49% APR on a 2026 Accord Hybrid.
See dealer for financing details. Based on 2026 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelley Blue Book. Visit kbb.com for more information.
Life can feel overwhelming, but you don't have to go through it alone. On my podcast, From the Heart with Rachel Brathen, I share openly and vulnerably about everything life brings us and what we can learn by living with our hearts a little bit more open. Every Friday, a new episode brings you a new story with topics on self-care, motherhood, healing, and more. You are enough, just the way you are. And this podcast is a reminder of that. Follow and listen to From the Heart with Rachel Brathen wherever you get your podcasts.
Picture yourself on the island of St. Croix, where every moment is infused with a vibe like no other. Welcome to St. Croix, where the rhythm of the island captivates your soul. Whether sampling local cuisines at a waterfront restaurant, snorkeling along colorful coral reefs, or strolling through lush tropical gardens, you'll feel the magic of this vibrant island. So why wait? Plan your escape today at visitusvi.com and discover why we say St. Croix, a vibe like no other.
At Long Home, we know places like Fenway Park don't get a day off. When pressure hits, everything has to perform. And when it comes to your home, that pressure is personal. For over 80 years, the Long legacy has earned trust by protecting what matters most. If your roof is showing signs of wear, don't wait. Schedule a free roof inspection today and ask about the special discount only for Red Sox fans. Call 844-611-LONG or visit longhome.com.
Because trust goes a long way.
Hi, this is Caleb Durbin. You're listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
Caleb Durbin steps in, lines the first pitch to left field. It's caught by James Wood. There's one out as Caleb introduces himself to begin the bottom of the third inning. Red Sox 5, Washington Nationals 1 at Fenway on a Monday night. As eventful of a, what time does game start? 7:13, so like 46 minutes that I can remember in a baseball game. And that's coming off last night. Anthony Siegler cuts and misses on the pitch from Miles Mikolas. Wilson Contreras ejected for tapping his helmet at the first base umpire, Nick Lentz, after he rung him up on a check swing call. No balls, 1 strike. Pitch is a bouncing curveball in to make it 1-1. I just said to you, there's so many things in that whole sequence that I literally don't think I've seen before on a Major League Baseball field. The 1-1 is swung on, high fly ball towards right center field to the gap. It is down, base hit, and bouncing to the triangle. Siegler running to first, he gets to second and stops there. 12 Major League games, 4 Major League doubles for Anthony Siegler. And the Red Sox have a man in scoring position again against Mikolas with one out in the third inning. That is the 9th Red Sox hit off of Mikolas. Now, of course, like amidst the ejections and the tears in the dugout we're talking about earlier and the emotion, the Red Sox are all over this guy. That's Carlos Narvaez, man on. He takes right down the middle for called strike one. Sigler, 7th batter in the lineup. 7th batter brought to you by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers. If you've been hurt in a car or work accident, you got to get Glassman all 7s after 6-1-7. Pitch, swinging a fly ball foul behind the plate to make it 0-2 on Narvaez. Sigler was on twice yesterday against the Yankees on Sunday Night Baseball. He comes back tonight and in 2 at-bats has a single and a double off of Mikolas. He leads at second, 1 out. Sox leading by 4 runs in the bottom of the third inning. The 0-2 is swung on and lined down the left field line, foul. Narvaez was early on a curveball. Tonight's third inning brought to you by Citgo. Here's the club you'll want to get into. Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Right on right, man on second. Sigler's running to third. The pitch outside. The throw to third is not in time. Sigler got around the tag. The throw beat him. Sigler swung to the outside part of the bag and somehow gets third base.
I mean, the throw beat him by a ton, but they will not look.
Wow. Throw was right on the bag. Curtis Meade put the glove down, waited for Sigler to arrive, and he never did.
Oh. Stud. But that's on Meade, by the way.
Yeah.
They just blatantly missed the tag.
And now Nationals have to bring the infield in with 1 out. A 1-2 to Carlos Narvaez. He takes high.
I like that you just, because I did no sponsor reads in the first 2 innings because I'm just ranting and raving, but now you're just, this is Citgo and Arbella.
And look, if you want that to be the deal from here on out, I'm totally good with it. Like, you rant and rave for your time, and then I'll just read. Pitch, high, 3-2.
Sorry, that just bothered me. It really did. It's just such a lack of feel. And the thing is, the umpires are part of the community of this game. They're in it, and they travel as much. They don't have home games. They're on the road. That just was such a lack of feel and such thin skin.
3-2 pitch. Foul back by Narvaez. League leaders brought to you by Azek Exteriors.
There we go.
And exterior trim molders. I mean, like, I got to do it now. Wilson Contreras up the average above 300. 4 hits against the Yankees. Top 10 in baseball.
By the way, they trail 5-0 to the Tigers tonight.
Wow. 3-2 here. Swinging a high fly ball deep towards right field. Chasing back Cruz. He's under it, and this will score a run. Cruz makes the catch. Sigler tags from third. This time he can jog on home. Job done. Sac fly for Carlos Narvaez. And the Red Sox have scored 6 times in the first 3 innings to take a 6-1 lead. It's an underratedly really good at bat. 8 pitches for Narvaez. Got a fastball on a 3-2. And in other ballparks would have homered there. Sung-Chae Chang swings in, grounds it, bouncing towards the right side at Nunez. The second baseman gloves, runs, and throws to first to end the inning. 3 innings against Mikolas. The Red Sox have scored in every single inning. They lead it 6-1 as we head to the 4th at Fenway. The Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Miami, July 5th and July 31st. Ice Cube's Big Three is back at the Amerant Bank Arena, featuring big stars like Dwight Howard, Joe Johnson, Lance Stevenson, and more. And featuring your home team, the Miami 305, led by Michael Beasley. Grab your tickets now at big3.com/tickets or Ticketmaster. Presented by iHeart. Miami, July 5th and July 31st. Ice Cube's Big Three is back at the Amerant Bank Arena, featuring big stars like Dwight Howard, Joe Johnson, Lance Stevenson, and more. And featuring your home team, the Miami 305, led by Michael Beasley. Grab your tickets now at big3.com/tickets or Ticketmaster. Presented by iHeart.
Have you or a family member been diagnosed with early-stage non-small cell lung cancer that can be removed by surgery? Consider talking to an oncologist about your treatment options. Why? Because knowing your options before you have surgery can help your care team develop a treatment plan that's right for you. Learn about a potential treatment plan before and after surgery at askbeforesurgery.com. That's askbeforesurgery.com. And talk to an oncologist before your surgery.
The podcast Campus Files is back with more stories of scandal, crime, and intrigue on college campuses.
It is not hard to destroy a college.
It's almost like a university under siege.
Listen to and follow Campus Files, available now wherever you get your podcasts.
You've spent all winter waiting for baseball season. Now it's the time to make the most of summer. Just a short drive from Boston, Maine feels like a world away. This is a destination forged by nature and made for adventure. Rugged coastlines, lighthouse views, fresh seafood, and welcoming small towns full of character. From family vacations to spontaneous weekend escapes. Discover why Maine is a favorite summer tradition. Plan your next trip at visitmaine.com. That's visitmaine.com.
5:30 to 10. Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Today's fourth inning is brought to you by Cars for Kids. It's the easiest way to get rid of your old car. Donate today, and then your car can be picked up tomorrow. Donate now at carsforkids.com. That's Cars with a K. Start the fourth with a strike from the left-hander Ranger Suárez, who dealt a curveball to the right-hand hitting Andres Chaparro. The Red Sox lead the Nationals 6-1 at Fenway. The 0-1 is a cutter inside to make it 1-1. Red Sox scored 4 times in the bottom of the first inning, 3 of them off the bat of Wilson Contreras on a home run. The 1-1 is a changeup low to make it 2-1. 2 batters later, Caleb Durbin cleared the monster with a home run of his own to make it 4-1. Sac fly by Willier Abreu in the second. Sac fly from Carlos Narvaez in the third. Pitch is down and in, and it's 3-1. Ranger Suárez allowed a solo home run to James Wood to start the game. Has retired 9 straight. 3-1, that is low. Sorry I said that. And Chaparro's got a leadoff walk to begin the fourth inning. Subaru of New England scoreboard. Subaru summer's finally here. Details at SubaruofNewEngland.com. We told you that Yankees scored. It's 5-0 Detroit in the third inning in the Bronx. Pitch inside to right-hand hitting Curtis Mead. Ryan Weathers gives up 5 runs. Another double for Dylan Dingler, one of the best hitters in baseball in the month of June. 1-0, pitch low. Now Carlos Narvaez calls time. He'll go out and talk with Suárez. Folks, boneless chicken now on sale. Shaw's and Star Market. Get value pack signature select boneless chicken breast or thighs for $2.49 a pound. You want to use the digital coupon, limit 2. Not seen Suárez lose a lot of command really at any point this year. He walks Chaparro, gets down 2-0 against Mead, who's going to take a home run swing. Pitch is on the outside corner, perfectly painted, 91-mile-an-hour four-seamer to make it 2-1. Wave has made an early start, Fenway, as the pitch is right down the middle with the sinker to make it 2-2. working its way across the monster on another night where the crowd is great. On Monday, 79 degrees at first pitch. Buzz from the weekend here on a Monday. 2-2 from Suárez. Here comes, and it's grounded foul. Into the third base side dugout, the Nationals are. It is a night to paint for baseball at Fenway. Sky blue overhead, sunset in the distance beyond the monster and left. 2-2. Pitches inside. See the sun reflected on the buildings downtown, bright orange. Lights are on, yet to take full effect. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Suárez just walked 1. Got to find it here against Meade. Pitch. Swinging another chopper foul, third base side. Sox leading against Washington 6-1. We're in the 4th inning. 3-2 from Suárez. 8th pitch is on the outside corner. Called strike 3. We got a challenge.
Pitch is called a strike. The batter has challenged.
First Nationals challenge. We'll all look up at the board. Is this going to stay a strikeout? Yes, it is.
The call is confirmed. Washington has 1 challenge remaining.
Threw him a 4-seamer in the absolute bottom away corner to the right-hand hitter. Curtis Meade hoping the first 2 men would reach in the inning. Instead, it stays a strikeout looking. And a man on with a man down now for C.J. Abrams, left-hand hitter. He takes a called strike on the outside corner. That one was probably outside. We'll check the ABS box here. It was. But Washington just burned their first challenge. Abrams cocks his head, says, I can't use it here. The 0-1 is just inside. Challenge brought to you by Dana-Farber. When the challenge is cancer, we hit it out of the park. Last pitch, the 110th of the game. The 1-1 pitch is sliced foul, high off to the left. 110th pitch of the game brought to you by 110 Grill, gluten-free dining done right. Visit any of their 33 locations all throughout New England. One ball, 2 strikes. Pitch is just outside. That's a call that I think Suárez got earlier in the at-bat. Maybe slightly lower to C.J. Abrams. Suárez made look silly. Struck him out back in the 1st inning. 2-2 pitch here. He strikes him out here with a slider. I mean, that ball's in Abrams' eyes, and then all of a sudden, it is about as far away from him as it could be. A complete sweep of a slider across the zone, and a second strikeout of C.J. Abrams for Ranger Suárez. That is 6 Ks now for Suárez. 2 down. Dylan Cruz swings in, chops it left side. Durbin charges, picks it up, throws on the run. It is end time to finish off another 0 for Ranger Suárez. He strikes out Meade and Abrams and strands the leadoff walk Chaparro at first base. Red Sox 6, Washington 1 as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning at Fenway on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Bring on the off-road. Bring home a new Honda. With a great deal on your favorite Honda vehicles. With the rugged Honda Pilot, Ridgeline, CR-V, and Passport, the road might stop, but the fun keeps going. All from the 2026 Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers get a 2.99% APR on a 2026 CR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Based on 2026 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelley Blue Book. Visit KDB.com for more information.
Hi, I'm PJ Vogt, and I want to tell you about my podcast, Search Engine. We try to make sense of the world, one question at a time. No question too big, no question too small. We will even answer your questions if you send them in. Stuff like, what happens when a cemetery goes out of business? What should we do about teens using AI to do their homework? Who buys luggage at the airport luggage store? Follow and listen to Search Engine in partnership with Odyssey, wherever you get your podcasts.
Put the finishing touches on your outdoor refresh with 4th of July savings at the Home Depot. Bring a splash of color to your space with a variety of plants selected to thrive in your region. And give your garden the foundation it needs for success with the right soil and mulch for every project. With 4th of July savings at the Home Depot, you'll have everything you need to help your yard flourish. Selection varies by store. See store for details.
Boneless chicken is now on sale at Shaw's and Star Market. Get value pack Signature Select boneless chicken breast or thighs for $2.49 a pound when you use a digital coupon. Limit 2. Use the Shaw's app for coupon deals and more. Shaw's and Star Market. Proud to be local since 1860.
Ask your smart speaker to play 93.7 WEEI. Now back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Masataka Yoshida swings and flies it foul, high off to the left. To begin the bottom of the 4th inning, Red Sox have a lead on the Nationals, 6-1. Be Masa at the top of the lineup against the right-hander Miles Mikolas, who deals. And it's fouled back. Another big Masa swing. Sox on EEI brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. The final days to get employee pricing for all. Ford is the official vehicle of Major League Baseball and that dirty water. The 0-2 is high. So the Red Sox through 3 innings have 6 runs against Miles Mikolas. They have 9 hits. They have 2 home runs. The 1-2 is outside. The ERA for Mikolas is almost infinite over the first 3 innings. And now, the 3rd time through begins here. 2-2 to Yoshida is again outside. Mikolas' ERA, 3rd time through, is 19.29.
Oh.
3-2. Pitch is swung on, popped up behind the plate. Keibert Ruiz tosses away the mask. Catcher over, first baseman down the line, and Garcia makes the catch. He's breathing on his catcher as he made the grab in front of the first base side dugout. And there's one away to start the bottom of the 4th inning. Subaru of New England scoreboard. Subaru summer's finally here. Details at SubaruofNewEngland.com. It is now 7-0 Detroit against the Yankees.
1929 ERA, did you say?
Mm-hmm.
Prohibition, not a good year.
You remember it?
Feel like it.
Sedan takes down and away.
There should be a prohibition on umpires making themselves the story in games. I thought I'd had enough time.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, 1-0. Pitches line foul down the right field line from Rafaela. I'll bet they felt that way in 1929. Yes. They were just wearing like wool suits. Right on right, 1-1. Sedan takes a fastball way up high, 2-1.
No helmets. They probably played the game with like 4 balls total.
It's like lathered in spit. 2 balls to strike. Pitch, swinging a fly ball high and foul, off to the left.
Sedan is looking good again. I mean, it just balanced. He thought he had something to handle right there. The infield hit and then the rocket to right field almost always means good things are coming.
2 for 2 so far. 2-2 pitch is swung on and blooped towards right field, but out the right fielder. Dylan Cruz comes on, makes the catch on the run. And despite a good swing, 2 down here in the 4th inning. Wilyer Abreu to the plate. He was on deck. Who's on deck is presented by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit timbertech.com. 2 outs, nobody on. 6-1 Red Sox. Mikolas winds and delivers. Wilyer grounds it towards the right side. Bounces up on the second baseman Nunez, who gloves, throws to first, and finishes off for the first time tonight. A 1-2-3 inning for the Nationals. We go to the 5th at Fenway. 6-1 Red Sox. The Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
Have you or a family member been diagnosed with early-stage non-small cell lung cancer that can be removed by surgery? Consider talking to an oncologist about your treatment options. Why? Because knowing your options before you have surgery can help your care team develop a treatment plan that's right for you. Learn about a potential treatment plan before and after surgery at askbeforesurgery.com. That's askbeforesurgery.com. And talk to an oncologist before your surgery.
Miami, July 5th and July 31st. Ice Cube's Big Three is back at the Amerant Bank Arena, featuring big stars like Dwight Howard, Joe Johnson, Lance Stevenson, and more. And featuring your home team, the Miami 305, led by Michael Beasley. Grab your tickets now at big3.com/tickets or Ticketmaster. Presented by iHeart.
Get out your leather jackets and poodle skirts for an electrifying all-new production of Grease at Theater by the Sea. Filled with high-energy dancing and all the iconic hit songs you love, Grease is the world's #1 favorite musical. Grab your friend, grab your tickets, and let the good times roll at Grease, June 25th through July 18th at Bill Haney's Theater by the Sea. Tickets at theaterbythesea.com.
Lemonade! Fresh squeezed lemonade! Lemonade? Oh, nuts.
Is your business struggling to be seen? Not reaching the right customers?
Yeah.
Odyssey's here to help. Your one-stop shop for digital marketing.
Wait, really?
With targeted digital media, plus SEO, SEM, social, OTT, and more, we help your business reach the right audience and drive results.
Whoa, hey, one at a time.
Stop missing out on valuable customers. Visit digitallocalads.com to learn more about our local advertising solutions. That's digitallocalads.com.
Okay, people, line starts here.
Ken and Ted, weekday afternoons 2 to 6. Now, back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
1, 2, 3 into the 4, actually to the 5th inning we go. Wilson Contreras is ejected. Ranger Suárez throws a strike to Jacob Young on the outside corner. 6-1 Red Sox. Now this, if we can step back in a moment, is what Fenway Park is supposed to sound like. An 0-1 foul on the third base side. Doug is doing his tour guiding, which is an important job. He's showing off Navy SEAL beaded elephant trunk masks.
What it means is he can't hear a word we're saying.
Not
right
even
now.
a little bit. He's the best. But if you just hear the roar, the sort of the murmur of Fenway, that's what it's supposed to be like. And it wasn't that way for the first 2 months. Here's the 0-2 swing and a miss. He loses the bat and himself. Jacob Young is gone, and Ranger Suárez has got his 7th strikeout. He is cooking.
Well, I'll tell you what, you know, you guys had the games this weekend, and I was here Saturday just like walked around kind of the outside of the ballpark last night. Like, it is not hyperbole to say you can feel it. It's a little different right now.
I'm just telling you, I have these headphones on my head every single night as Luis Garcia, and red hot, takes a fastball outside for ball 1. In this kind of a spot, the 5th inning, it doesn't sound like this usually. People are kind of down on themselves. The 1-0 is swung on a miss. I just think it's such a testament to how much this fan base is more dialed in than almost any. In every way, good and bad. The 1-1 is grounded toward first, and Monasterio is there behind the bag to clip it. Steps on the bag in time. Take that, Nick Lentz, and they're 2 down. There's just a different feel and sound when they're playing well, when they're in the lead, because people come here to celebrate the Red Sox. And yes, they fill the seats when they're losing. Yes, they do it when they're 15 games under 500, because this is a cathedral of American sports. And you can have a good time here, no matter what's going on the field, but it is an entirely different thing when the Red Sox are playing well. Here's Nasim Nunez, right-handed hitter, who takes a strike on the outside corner. He was a little confused there by Moscoso's call, but it was definitely there, and it's 0-1. There's just a buzz here. 0-1, swing and a miss. I mean, he missed that by a mile, and it's 0-2. Interesting decision here for Narvaez and Ranger, because I think they could throw almost any pitch and get a swing and miss. I mean, Nunez just missed that curveball in a way you just don't see pitches missed. Infield in at the corners. The 0-2 is chopped toward third. They went back to the curveball. Durbin has it. He throws to first in time. Inning over. Code word of the game, by the way, is fireworks. Make sure to enter your code word in the member portal today to claim your points. We've had plenty of fireworks here tonight. 6-1 Sox on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Get that Amex Gold Card ready. I'm too tired to cook.
We feeling Five Guys or the Cheesecake Factory?
Both.
Earn up to $120 a year in statement credits at participating partners. Up to $10 each month when you pay with the Amex Gold Card. Learn more at americanexpress.com/explore-gold. Enrollment required. Terms apply.
The world's biggest soccer matches are here. Don't just watch. Wager with Sportsbook Rhode Island. New customers can bet $5 and score $50 in bonus bets. Download Sportsbook Rhode Island today and use code SCORE50. Must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly.
Listeners, I want to tell you about a new podcast from Odyssey called Family Lore, where people tell interesting stories about their family history and then we investigate the truth behind them. Family Lore is available now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your shows.
It was a case that brought Boston to its knees. Can any of you actually solve this case?
I can, but we have to do it my way.
This summer, the chase is on.
Follow that car! I can't. They stole my car, but it's fine.
Why is it fine?
Because I have Mafre Insurance. They'll take care of it.
Protected. That's the Mafre feeling. Visit MafreInsurance.com. That's MAPFRE Insurance.com.
Hey, Lou Merlone here. Grab your weekly groceries and earn reward points towards the Shaws and Star Market Grand Slam Summer Sweepstakes. This is your chance to win free groceries for a year. Plus, your child could be a junior broadcaster at a Boston baseball game. Just redeem your grocery reward points in the 4U app to submit your entries. Want to rack up the points faster? Clip the 4X coupon in the 4U app and shop participating products like Coca-Cola, Monster, Hood, and KM. Download the app or head to shawsorstarmarket.com/Grand Slam to get all the details.
Listening to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Now, back to the play-by-play action.
To the bottom of the fifth we go. Andrew Monasterio leads off, and the pitch is a soft ground ball off the end of the bat towards C.J. Abrams. The shortstop throws to first in time. Yeah, there's one away. What a weird night this must be, and a cool night for Paul Taboni. Had a long chat with him on the field before the game. He was Craig Breslow, his right-hand man in a lot of ways. So involved in player development, draft strategy, just the building of an organization. And he got an opportunity this offseason in D.C. to go down and rebuild the Nats. The pitch to Jarren Duran is a chopper toward first. It's handled to the backhand. Over there by Garcia. He throws to first, and Jarren stumbles to the bag as Mikolas just beats him there. Red Sox want to look in the video room, but I think they'll be two down.
Well, and what a job, by the way, that Paul Taboni's done in a very short amount of time. You don't make the playoffs and win World Series in the first month or 2 months of what you do in an organization, but they have very quickly taken an organization that was technologically, analytically in the dark ages and taken them somewhere completely different fast.
Caleb Durbin takes a pitch outside. So here's where this gets very interesting to me. And you never start a story, much less one like this, with two outs. Paul Taboni is one of my favorite execs that I've met in baseball. He's such a great human. The 1-0 pitch is a fastball that misses outside. I knew it from the time that he started running drafts before Mike Rickard did it for the Red Sox. He has a knack, a guy who Marcus Semien called the best teammate he's ever had at any level of baseball. 2-0 to Caleb is a ground ball to short. See, you can't start stories. 2 down. C.J. Abrams flips it to first. In time, inning over. Much more on Paul Taboni and all that goes into building a team and what might come next. 6-1 Red Sox after 5 on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Miami, July 5th and July 31st. Ice Cube's Big 3 is back at the Amerant Bank Arena, featuring big stars like Dwight Howard, Joe Johnson, Lance Stevenson, and more. And featuring your home team, the Miami 305, led by Michael Beasley. Grab your tickets now at big3.com/tickets or Ticketmaster. Presented by iHeart.
Hi, I'm PJ Vogt, and I want to tell you about my podcast, Search Engine. We try to make sense of the world, one question at a time. No question too big, no question too small. We will even answer your questions if you send them in. Stuff like, what happens when a cemetery goes out of business? What should we do about teens using AI to do their homework? Who buys luggage at the airport luggage store? follow and listen to Search Engine in partnership with Odyssey, wherever you get your podcasts.
Come on, ref, end the game.
What's the rush? We're winning.
And we're going to keep winning if we get to the Nissan Summer Sales event.
What?
The event where you can score great savings on a new Nissan Rogue, Pathfinder, and Frontier.
Can it hold off 10 minutes?
Oh, sure. You think the #1 brand of new vehicle quality by J.D. Power is just going to wait for you?
I get it, but we waited years for this match.
But look at these incentives.
Wait, are you serious? Come on, ref! Blow the whistle! Blow the whistle! The whistle is blowing on these savings. Hurry in and bring home a winning offer at the Nissan Summer Sales event. Now, well-qualified buyers get 0% APR on the 2026 Nissan Rogue, Murano, Pathfinder, or Frontier, excluding S-Trim. For J.D. Power 2025 US IQS award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Example, 0 down payment, 60 months financing at $1,667 per month per thousand financed. Frontier S-Trim 1.9% APR for 60 months at $1,748 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary, subject to NMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. N6/30/26.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Red Sox, may not be reproduced or retransmitted to any form. Accounts and descriptions of the game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of WEEI and the Boston Red Sox. Sixth inning. It's a 6-1 Red Sox lead over the Nationals. Ranger Suárez delivers outside ball one to Keibert Ruiz, the 9-hitter for Washington. Alongside Will Fleming, Cooper Boardman. On a Monday night from Fenway Park. Pitch inside corner strike on a fastball. And it's 1-1. Rangers, like, he's got it. He's going fast. He's back on the rubber. He was slowed because he had to shake off a couple of times, 3 times. And now he goes on a 1-1. And he just missed low on a change. Suarez gazed in at the home plate umpire Edwin Moscoso, but didn't get the call. The count's 2-1.
I love this about him, Coop. He does this so many times where, mostly in the second inning or third inning, he just finds something.
2-1. That is just low.
And isn't it, I'm not to be Alanis Morissette, but isn't it ironic that, the Red Sox, 5 no-hit innings the entire Yankees series, first hitter of the game, hits a home run, and then Ranger just says, all right, I'll flip the script. No hits since then.
3 balls, 1 strike pitch from Suarez. Swinging a line drive in left field, just over the leap of Sung-Chae Chang. So earlier, I was like, oh, he hasn't allowed a base runner. They promptly walked the guy. Now you go, well, he hasn't given up a hit. Singles. So.
I mean, it's not a no-hitter or a perfect game.
Yeah. The only thing I'm taking is we should stop talking.
By the way, I love this about Joe Castigo, who was with us last night. I just totally reject the people who say when someone has a no-hitter through 7 innings, you shouldn't say it. Are you kidding me?
James Wood cut and miss.
As if I have anything to do with it. It's ridiculous. And let's just say somebody's driving up from Cape Cod. It's 9:30 p.m. on a Sunday night, and Sonny Gray has a no-hitter through 6 2/3 innings. You think that's not something I should say?
0-1's outside, 1-1.
Middlebrooks wants to bloodlet me for saying that because he's a ball player and he's got so much superstition. Come on.
Guys in Wareham just like, oh, no-hitter? 1 ball, 1 strike. Man on first pitch is caught on and missed. Change up against the massive swing from the massive man, James Wood. And it's 1-2.
This is their next star. And by the way, if you're going to trade people like Soto, this is the way to do it.
Wood and Abrams. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch way outside on another changeup. Seven strikeouts for Suarez. Left on left. 2-2 is just outside, and we got a Red Sox challenge.
Should he get ejected for that?
Within the laws, we all look up at the board, and strike 3.
I think Carlos should be run by Nick Lentz, personally.
I will say, there is no pitcher I enjoy watching more with the ABS system than Ranger Suárez, because you see a pitcher like, oh, I think he painted that. And then we all have to stop and look up and get the proof on the video board. 1 out, pitch low to Andres Chaparro.
Can I ask you a serious question? Had you ever heard of Andres Chaparro before you started preparing for this series?
Yeah, I've done a lot of Rochester Red Wings games.
Fair enough.
That is the only reason. 1-0. Pitch is inside.
This is life in a rebuild, though. I mean, they got Wood, they got Abrams. They got some big pieces, and that's why they score these runs. They've homered a lot. But the pitching is a long way away.
2-0. Pitch is swung on. Popped him up left side. Foul off to the left. It is one of the most intriguing rosters in baseball on so many levels. They have young stars like Wood and Abrams, but the clock is running out on them because the previous regime didn't extend them. They have a lot of other good young players. They have Dylan Cruz, who they believe will find it at some point. 2-1, swinging a broken bat. Flare left side, and foul off the base of the wall on the left-hand side.
I'm about to do a read. Coop, you ready? I'm going to stun you.
No way.
CCL wants to remind you if there's a broken bat, there's probably a better choice for lumber. Find the lumber for your next project at CapeCodLumber.com.
It's extraordinary. Just extraordinary. He's done it, folks. Well, again, I have not ranted and raved once tonight. It's been a little bit disappointing.
Still time?
Yeah. 6th inning, 1 out. Sox leading 6-1 against the Nationals.
The question becomes, the ownership committed to Paul Timone's vision of building an organization.
2-2's low.
And look, Paul is a friend of mine. I think he's a rising star in this game. He's not yet 40 years old, and he's running an entire organization that's got a World Series championship. He knows exactly what he's doing. And I thought one thing when he took that job.
3-2. Swinging a hard ground ball up the middle, base hit off the bat of Chaparro. Ruiz to second. Now you know Chaparro's name. That's a single to put 2 on with 1 out against Suarez. In the 6th inning, what is the one thing you thought?
Well, Paul's no dummy, right? So he had options all over the place. I mean, he's a rising star in the game. The Red Sox tried to keep him under the umbrella here. And so clearly, I mean, they've got this ownership saga. Will they sell? Will they not sell in D.C.? He must have gotten assurances, knowing they've got a young, good core, that not only will they invest in the infrastructure of the team, but going forward.
As Curtis Mead takes high.
Because you alluded to this, Coop, they did need to get out of 1978 in terms of player development, infrastructure, all those kinds of things, which from day one they did.
Pitch is swung on, line towards right center field, towards Rafaela. He dives, he trapped it, it's on the ground, gets up, fires in, and that keeps everybody up just 1 base. Ruiz to third, Chaparro to second, a single for Mead. Rafaela was running into the gap. He dove, and the runners weren't sure. Because he dove and kept it in front, he makes sure that no one scores. It is a hit, and the bases are loaded for Washington with 1 out in the 6th inning. And now here comes Andrew Bailey, the pitching coach.
That is an absolutely ridiculous play by Cedon. And it's not the perfect route, but he has so much self-belief that he can catch anything. He dove headlong with almost no chance to catch that ball, and still, that's the shortstop in him, where he sees the ball 1 pick off, and, I mean, that could have easily gone to the triangle. I mean, Mead is not the fastest runner, but with a lot of other people, if that gets past him, it's an inside-the-park 3-run homer.
Rafaela is standing in center, shaking his head. You can see frustration etched on his face, and he's the only human in baseball that would have been near the ball to make that catch.
By the way, huge sequence right here.
C.J. Abrams, the terrifying C.J. Abrams, takes right down the middle. Called strike 1 on a slider. Red Sox leading 6-1. It's been ho-hum up to this point, but the bases are loaded for Washington with 1 out. Left on left, 2 strikeouts today for Abrams. Pitch. Fastball is just outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ruiz leads at third. You got a big lead on the last pitch. Durbin's off the line. Pitch. That's down and in on a sinker. 8 Ks for Suarez. Arbella Insurance Foundation dedicated to striking out cancer by supporting the Jimmy Fund for every K from a Sox pitcher during the season. Arbella Insurance Foundation donates $50. 2-1 grounded right side, bouncing ball. That's a fair ball down the right field line. That'll score 1. It'll kick out. It'll score 2 at least. Abreu gets to it, fires in. One hop. Narvaez keeps it in front. It's a 2-run double for C.J. Abrams, and the Nationals are right back in it. 6-3 game in the 6th. Got a curveball on the inner half. He drilled it on the ground. Monasterio, the first baseman, dove at it, but couldn't get there. It hit where the wall crops out in front of pesky pole and popped out to right field. That kept Abreu from a play at the plate. And now, runners on second and third for Dylan Cruz. Corners in, middle back. 1 out, pitch. High and tight, ball 1.
Kind of a cool moment and a tough decision, actually, for Chad Tracy. I mean, you got to trust Ranger Suárez, who's thrown 85 pitches. You could have gone to Weissert right there in this spot to face Cruz. He will not do that. He'll trust one of his leaders.
1-0 check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Home plate umpire Edwin Moscoso made the call on a curve.
And I love the matchup here with Cruz because he's just not a veteran. He doesn't have a lot of experience with somebody like Ranger. So you totally get, this is what I love about Chad Tracy, what he's proven so far. His gut is almost always right.
Durbin backs up at third. 1-1 pitch. Swinging a foul back on a cutter. That's 1-2.
These are not easy calls. And this is where, for all the criticism that at times is justified that comes down on whoever is running the Red Sox, one thing they do from the top down, they let the manager manage the game.
Runners on second and third. The Red Sox leading 6-3. 2 runs in here in the top of the 6th inning. The 1-2 from Suárez. That's low on a curve. You'd see Cruz kind of checked up on the swing. And the count's 2-2. The next pitch from Suárez will be his 89th of the night. With Weissert still throwing in the bullpen in right center. A left-hander gets up. 2-2 inside. That squibs away. Narvaez nearly barreled over the home plate umpire to get it. Runner stays put at third. Edwin Moscoso didn't get out of his crouch fast enough for Narvaez, who gave him a forearm on the way by. But he tracks down a ball that rolled just 10 feet.
So interestingly, you got the right-hander Jacob Young on deck, and they sat Weissert down to go to Danny Coulombe, which means Ranger has got at least the next 2 hitters.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 1 out. Pitch from him is swung on. Bloop towards second base. Ziegler makes a catch on a backhand, checks the runners back, and gets the second out. It was sinking on Ziegler. He reached out, just kept it off the ground. Had maybe a chance to double a runner up, but both guys get back. And there are what's ultimately a weak ball in play, 2 outs in the 6th inning.
I love looking at Chad Tracy's face on the NESN shots in these moments. The wheels are turning. You and I have both talked enough to him about this. He thinks of everything.
Jacob Young swing and a miss.
And he's thinking about, in the context of this opportunity for him, how each decision has so much at stake.
Thinking about the bullpen report brought to you by Interlock Metal Roofing. Visit interlockmetalroofing.com. Never re-roof again. No balls, 1 strike. Pitch. Swinging a fly ball. Punch foul. Interlockroofing.com. And ever re-roof again. 6-3 Red Sox. Top of the 6th inning. Meade leads at third, Abrams at second. Ranger Suárez trying to end the outing right here with a strikeout. The 0-2 bounced in off the plate on a cutter. Eight strikeouts for Ranger Suárez, left-hander back on the mound. Takes a breath, comes set. Comes home, 1-2. Check swing again, slithered in low on a curve. It's 2-2. Left fielder Duran shaded towards the gap in left center in front of the out-of-town scores on the monster. Rafael is a couple steps towards the triangle. Abreu deep but straight away and right. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch. Swinging a tapper right back to Suárez. He gloves. He calmly turns to first. He wings it on over there and gets himself out of a jam. He allows 2, but he strands 2. And the Red Sox will take a 6-3 lead into the bottom of the 6th inning against the Nationals on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Have you or a family member been diagnosed with early-stage non-small cell lung cancer that can be removed by surgery? Consider talking to an oncologist about your treatment options. Why? Because knowing your options before you have surgery can help your care team develop a treatment plan that's right for you. Learn about a potential treatment plan before and after surgery at askbeforesurgery.com. That's askbeforesurgery.com. And talk to an oncologist before your surgery.
Miami, July 5th and July 31st. Ice Cube's Big 3 is back at the Amerant Bank Arena, featuring big stars like Dwight Howard, Joe Johnson, Lance Stevenson, and more. And featuring your home team, the Miami 305, led by Michael Beasley. Grab your tickets now at big3.com/tickets or Ticketmaster. Presented by iHeart.
As a home service pro, you always show up on time, so why wait to get paid? You're nailing every job. Why not ask for 5-star reviews? You do the early mornings and the long days. Why should you do the late nights too? This is the year you get more of what you deserve. More money, more recognition, and more balance. This is the year of the blue-collar champion. Make this your year. Start your free trial today at jobber.com.
For 250 years, America has been more than a place. It's been a promise, a story of courage, hope, and dreams. And through it all, local TV and radio broadcasters have been there, telling the story of America, bringing truth to light. Broadcasters tell the story of who we are and who we aspire to be. We are America's storytellers. We are broadcasters. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Play-by-play action of the Boston Red Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Anthony Siegler leads it off in the 6th inning. A check swings a foul ball off to the left. Red Sox leading the Nationals 6-3. Washington just got 2 back on a 2-run double from C.J. Abrams. But Ranger Suárez, like he's done all year long, in the moment where he had to get it out, he absolutely does. The 0-1 from Miles Mikolas has the outside corner with a slider. Backdoored on Siegler, and it's 0-2. "6'4" right-hander Mikolas, big mustache, looming on the mound. He winds and deals. And the 0-2 is a curve down and in on Siegler. Check of the score, 6-3 Red Sox, brought to you by Veg, ER for Pets, the official emergency veterinarian group of the Red Sox Radio Network. 1-2. Siegler swings, grounds it up the middle behind second, but right at Abrams. He was playing behind the bag, and he fires over to first for the first out of the bottom of the 6th inning.
How great it is to see the Red Sox starting pitchers all up on the railing. Tolley early, and even Crochet in the mix with Jake Bennett. By the way, I love Anthony Siegler. The dude is an energy infusion. I just think what this team has going on with their starting rotation is wonderful.
Carlos Narvaez takes high and in, ball 1.
They share information, which, by the way, is the currency of the realm in baseball today. Enough with the iPads. Watch the game. Talk to each other.
Well, everyone has iPads. Not everyone has that. Pitch is swung on and flown to right field off the bat of Narvaez, right fielder. Dylan Cruz took 1 step to his right, puts it away. 2 down.
I mean, like, if I'm telling my 4-year-old we're not taking iPads to restaurants because I want you to look people in the eye and learn how to be a human being, why should it be different in baseball? Like, there's a time and a place for it, right? Technology matters. There's stuff that you can learn on a report in context. But that's what pregame is for. And if there's a new pitcher, great. But on balance, watch the game.
Sung-Chae Chang grounds it to the right side of the first baseman Garcia. Chang barreling down the line, but
don't do that.
Flip to Mikolas. He makes catch, steps on the bag, and evaded Chang, who was head first sliding.
Never
into
a good
first.
idea ever.
Will's got a rant when we come back.
Just wait.
We go to the 7th. 6-3 Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the trusted team behind 48 Hours, welcome to Case by Case, your weekly update on the biggest true crime stories unfolding right now.
Nick Reiner remains in custody without bail.
Luigi Mangione accused of stalking and gunning down United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson.
From high-profile trials and stunning evidence to major breaks in cold cases, we'll follow it all case by case. Follow and listen to 48 Hours Case by Case wherever you get your podcasts.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR sarcoidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that vutrisiran is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Veg ER for Pets has revolutionized the pet emergency experience. Not only will you see an experienced veterinarian right away, but you will stay with your pet the entire time. Visit veg.com to find the location nearest you. Veg ER for Pets is the official emergency veterinarian group of Red Sox Radio.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan postgame show. Hurry in, bring home a winning deal at the Nissan Summer Sales event. Pitch outside from the left-hander Danny Coulombe. Now's the time to get behind the wheel of the Nissan Rogue, Pathfinder, and Frontier. Counts 1-0. Coulombe in the game against the left-hand hitting Luis Garcia Jr. That pitch again outside. Red Sox leading the Washington Nationals 6-3. We're in the top of the 7th inning on a Monday night at Fenway Park. Alongside Will Fleming, Cooper Boardman. 2-0. That's outside, 3-0.
You found a wedding caterer this week. That's a big deal.
Thank you. Thank you. It was, it's every week's a little touch and go here. But yeah, we have a caterer.
Handling the big things.
3 balls, no strikes. Outside, ball 4.
I told you at the beginning to do as many of the free tastings as you could. Did you take my advice?
No, so this is a problem. Yeah, this is good. I got a soapbox now. Now I'll go on a rant. So you go to all these caterers right now, and they're like, well, it's June, so we're kind of doing weddings. We can't do tastings. So
Come on.
So
That's
we'll
more
get
your
a
fault
tasting,
than anybody's, but
yeah, whatever.
It's going to be great.
You promise?
Nobody will remember the food at all.
Nasim Nunez, right-hand hitter, takes right down the middle. Everyone says that, but I'm like, everybody eats. So, what if it's terrible?
Get the music right, get the bar right, and you'll have a great party. End of story.
Caterer's in charge of the bar, so, No balls, 1 strike. Man on first, nobody out. Pitch to Nunez. He takes a fastball, 4-strike sinker at the knees. Coulombe threw 4 consecutive balls to Garcia. Consecutive strikes now to Nunez. Twitter. People's check swing. Did he go? It's kind of down left side. Okay, it's on training staff's cup, but either the ball or the bat. Home plate umpire Edwin Moscoso gives Narvaez an extra beat. Toss the ball out to Coulombe, who's back on the mound. Close stance, third base side of the rubber, 1-2. Fastball high. Folks, you can win free groceries for a year with the Shaw's and Star Market Grand Slam Summer Sweepstakes. Plus, your child could become a junior broadcaster. Enter now at Shaw's or starmarket.com/Grand Slam. 2-2. That's low. Give you the Subaru of New England scoreboard. Subaru Summer is finally here. Details at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Still 7-0 Detroit over the Yankees in the bottom of the 6th inning. 3-2. That's inside. That's ball 4. And that's 2 consecutive walks to begin the inning from Danny Coulombe against the 7 and 8 hitters in their lineup.
Well, Captain Obvious would say that is completely unacceptable. Now, Keber Ruiz, the umpires are coming together here to talk about something.
They're just right of the pitcher's mound. All 4 of them together.
Should we really have ejected Wilson Contreras? That's what Edwin Moscoso is saying.
Let's bring him back. I mean, what? Do you have any guess? I have no idea.
Nope.
It was a 3-2 pitch, and it was a walk. Innocuous looking to Nunez on a cutter down and in. I don't think there was anything in the realm of a check swing.
No, nor a count mistake. They might think it's 3-2. Let's see.
They come out and point back to first base.
And
now Chad Tracy wants to know. Yeah, he's got hands up about what he thinks the count is. And Chad Tracy's animated.
It has to be 3-2.
And now they're going to come back together and talk.
Because I think the confusion is over the ball that clipped Narvaez a little bit.
Right, what was that?
Was that a foul ball or not?
I even said in the moment, I didn't quite know. Let's look at the replay here.
But, of course, the thing is, so it was 0-2, and then a ball in the dirt, a ball, then the one that we thought maybe clipped Narvaez. And I think the question is, in Chad Tracy's mind, did Moscoso give any signal as to whether or not it was a foul ball or not?
Now you can hear in the background there, Edwin Moscoso jumps on the mic and says, we're reviewing the count. Trying to go back through our game log here because you can at least see what happened. Again, in the moment, Narvaez went down like it was a foul ball, but it was ruled a ball, at least in the stadium and on the pitch tracks we have here. And of course, it's the difference between this being, that last pitch being a walk and having 2 men on with nobody out, or getting another chance at a 3-2 pitch on Nunez. And this will take a little while because New York is going to have to go through every part of that entire at bat. They're going to have to watch every single pitch of it and determine it. Again, Edwin Moscoso behind the plate.
I think it's going to be 3-2. I really do. I think the 4th pitch was a foul ball. I really do. And they're going to make this a full count.
Yeah, it was. I'm looking at it right here. It was, again, on the game tracks called the ball in the dirt.
Count is 3-2, batter back to back.
There you go.
Yeah.
What a weird night. So again, on an 0-2 pitch, he threw a sweeper inside. The batter hit the ball. It bounced off the ground, hit Narvaez. And it was somehow, some way called the ball. And by the way, good job on the Red Sox dugout side of it. Like for Chad Tracy and that group to be aware of it.
By the way, the previous regime, one of the big moments was that they did not do that. They did not keep track of a count.
So, instead of a walk to Nasim Nunez, the count is 3-2. And Coulombe will get a second chance not to walk him. Man on first base, nobody out. Red Sox leading 6-3. And here's the pitch from Coulombe to Nunez. And it swung on, grounded foul, third base side. And the at-bat continues. Gave you that Yankees score. Today's rivalry report sponsored by Riverwalk, spacious senior apartments on River Spring Living's 32-acre New York City campus overlooking the Hudson River. Ninth pitch from Coulomb to Nasim Nunez. 3-2 is swung on, chop left side at Durbin. Looks to second, throws there on to first. Got him, double play. Replay giveth. They get the count right, and they take a situation that would have been 2 on with nobody out to nobody on with 2 out like that in the 7th. That's good stuff from Coulomb, too, because he had to throw us. Coulomb pumps his fist. 2 down, the pitch lined into the dugout, left side by Ruiz.
I mean, look, the thing is, these umpires are keeping the count of these click. Worried about Narvaez in that moment. He takes one, and there is a camaraderie between the two of them. But you should probably click that it was a foul ball. Good job by the Red Sox staff, all of them.
So nobody on. The 0-1 pitch is low. And the thing is like, yeah, is it perfect that you got to go to replay in a situation like that? No. But at the same time, the Red Sox get it right. The rest of the base umpires get it right by coming together. And New York gets it right. Pitch up and away, 2-1.
I hate replay on balance. I think it's taken over sports. It eliminates a lot of the human element. We spend too much time in review, but that's what it's for. I mean, you can't have stuff that changes game that's just wrong.
2-1. Pitch is inside. Trying to get us to the 7th inning stretch, brought to you by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers. You've been hurt or car work accident, you got to get Glassman. Call all 7s after 617. 3-1 pitch is a strike at the knees. Perfect cutter. Backdoored in on Ruiz, and it's 3-2. Fenway buzz starting to rise here. 2 outs, nobody on. 3-2 pitch. And Ruiz sensed that, calls time. Three-two. Pitch is swung on, popped him up, and a shallow left center field. Second baseman's out. Sigler calls everyone off and puts it away to finish off the longest face of the minimum for Danny Coulomb in the 7th. Red Sox lead 6-3 as we hit the stretch at Fenway on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Have you or a family member been diagnosed with early-stage non-small cell lung cancer that can be removed by surgery? Consider talking to an oncologist about your treatment options. Why? Because knowing your options before you have surgery can help your care team develop a treatment plan that's right for you. Learn about a potential treatment plan before and after surgery at askbeforesurgery.com. That's askbeforesurgery.com. And talk to an oncologist before your surgery.
Miami, July 5th and July 31st. Ice Cube's Big 3 is back at the Amerant Bank Arena, featuring big stars like Dwight Howard, Joe Johnson, Lance Stevenson, and more. And featuring your home team, the Miami 305, led by Michael Beasley. Grab your tickets now at big3.com/tickets or Ticketmaster. Presented by iHeart. Miami, July 5th and July 31st. Ice Cube's Big 3 is back at the Amerant Bank Arena, featuring big stars like Dwight Howard, Joe Johnson, Lance Stevenson, and more. And featuring your home team, the Miami 305, led by Michael Beasley. Grab your tickets now at big3.com/tickets or Ticketmaster. Presented by iHeart.
The Second World War is the largest event in human history.
A 20-part series with Tom Hanks.
No part of the globe was untouched. No life unchanged.
Experience the ultimate account of World War II.
Every single person had a story. These are the stories that make us who we are.
Listen to World War II with Tom Hanks on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
WEEI on the go? Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Masataka Yoshida leads it off. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. The Red Sox leading against the Washington Nationals by a score of 6-3. Miles Mikolas, Washington starter, still on. He winds and he deals. And a ground ball foul, first base. It's pause for station ID along Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI Studios. 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
A one slice back foul. Boston on a Monday night. We're at Fenway Park. Red Sox and Nationals first of three. Alongside Will Fleming, Cooper Boardman. Right-hander Mikolas against the left-hand hitting Yoshida. Infield shifted right side. The 0-2 is way outside. Checking the game score brought to you by Veg ER for Pets, official emergency veterinarian group of the Red Sox radio network. Be a 1-2 to Yoshida. He swings and it's a fly ball to left field. James Wood goes back. He's under it in front of the track. He puts it away for out number one in the seventh. Boneless chicken now on sale. Shaw's and Star Market. Get value pack signature select boneless chicken breast or thighs for $2.49 a pound when you use the digital coupon. Limit 2. One out, nobody on for Cedon. Right on right. Pitch for Mikolas is swung on, foul back off to the right. No balls, one strike. Pitch to Cedon Rafaela. Here comes. That's inside. Sun is set in Boston. Dark skies overhead. Lights on, beaming down on the playing surface at Fenway. 79 degrees at first pitch, down towards the 70s. 1-1 fouled off to the right. High 60s. You look around, everybody's in short sleeves and shorts. On a beautiful June 29th. The great city of Boston. It's been lively all really the last few weeks with the World Cup. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch is high. I was on the tee earlier with some Germans who were pretty lively on the tee. I would imagine that it's a little bit more of a somber ride back for them.
Oof.
2 balls and 2 strikes, 1 out. Pitch to Rafaela from Mikolas. And it swung on rollover ground ball. Third base side at Curtis Meade. Backhands and he throws to first. It is in time. Dug out by Garcia. Rafaela across the bag. He puts his arms out wide. He thinks this is a hit. Now he's walking down towards the dugout. Chad Tracy says wait. He says go. And Rafaela, who thought he was safe instead, is out for the second out of the 7th inning. So, 2 down, nobody on for Wilyer Abreu. Red Sox leading 6-3, bottom 7. Mikolas winds and delivers to Abreu, who takes just inside, ball 1. It's been a crazy night at Fenway. James Wood homer to lead off the game. The Red Sox scored 4 times in the bottom of the 1st inning. Pitch, check swing. Did he go? He went around. Didn't like the call, shaking his head. Wilson Contreras homered to take the lead. He was ejected in the 2nd inning after tapping his head on a check swing call. As Abreu grounds it to the right side, backhand stop at second by Nunez. He fires to first, and that'll do it for the bottom of the 7th inning. We go to the 8th at Fenway. 6-3 Red Sox over the Nationals on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
I'm Anna Garcia, host of True Crime News, the podcast. Every week, we bring you in-depth coverage on cases making headlines, as well as those that go under the radar. Tune in for murders that defy explanation, mysteries seeking exploration, and shocking secrets that will leave you breathless. Each week, we honor the victims by going beyond the salacious in our search for justice. Crime never stops, and neither do we. Listen to True Crime News, available now on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, it's Will Fleming here, and Boston weather is relentless. The ice, the snow, the summer humidity. Your home's exterior can take a beating. What if your siding was made to stand strong through it all? Hardy fiber cement siding is engineered for our climate. It resists cracking in the freezing cold and won't swell in the summer heat. You get the timeless beauty of wood. Serves the #1 brand of siding in North America. Learn more at jameshardy.com. That's jameshardy.com.
You're out of there, leaky store brands.
When all else fails, switch to North Shore Adult Diapers. That's total lockdown protection for even the heaviest control problems. Try North Shore Adult Diapers at northshore.com today. And focus on life, not leaks.
Cancer has a mortal enemy, Dana-Farber. For nearly 80 years, Dana-Farber's advanced discoveries have helped people everywhere get their life back. Because nothing is as effective as breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough. If your world is touched by cancer, Dana-Farber can make a difference. Make Dana-Farber discoveries possible when you give to the Jimmy Fund.
More Boston sports opinion, more often. Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan post-game show. Hurry in and bring home a winning deal at the Nissan Summer Sales Event. Now's the time to get behind the wheel. The Nissan Rogue, Pathfinder, and Frontier. What a game this has been. And now it's up to Tyron Guerrero, right-hander. Pitching change brought to you by JetBlue. Proud to be the official airline of Boston sports. 1-800-JetBlue, jetblue.com to get your tickets today. All right, here's James Wood, who homered to begin the game. Triple digits coming from Guerrero to swing and a foul, 99 miles an hour. Straight back, 0-1.
Well, very quietly here, like it's a 6-3 game. You feel like you're in control, but this is the most important 3 batters of this game. Like these 3 guys, their stars coming up, and Guerrero's laying to just shut it down.
0-1 is outside. With Ranger Suárez on the mound, Wood hit an absolute tank into right field to set the tone, but then the Red Sox, led by Wilson Contreras, put 4 up in the first, and then 1 in the second, 1 in the third, 1-1 to Wood. Pitch is a chopper foul on the first base side. This guy represented the National League in the Home Run Derby last year, put on an incredible show. 21 homers, 50 driven in. He is one of the great next stars in the game. There's no other way to look at it. And actually, I think the key hitter in this inning would be to the pitch is fouled back. In other words, it's a 3-run game right now. You cannot afford to see Abrams with a couple men on base. Fascinated to see what the Red Sox do in their bullpen today. Whitlock was not available yesterday. I would assume he's available today, but who knows with Chapman. 1-2 is in the dirt. The Red Sox invested so much in that Yankees series, and I should have asked Chad Tracy this, and he's always so good with kind of giving the inside scoop about who is up and who's down.
He said that he thought Whitlock, he implied that Whitlock would be available today.
I would think so. As to Chapman, I'm not so sure. 2-2. Here's the pitch, and it is swung on and missed. How about 1-0-1 straight out of Boca Chica, and there's one away in the top of the 8th.
Muy bien. Sinker at 101. That's a 6'8" pitcher against a 6'7" hitter, and a 101-mile-an-hour fastball right down the middle. By him.
So now the Nationals will pinch hit for Andres Chaparro with Jose Tena. A phrase that's very rarely been said before. Pitch is swung on and missed. And this is 102 by the way. Again, this is part of the growing learning process. The pains for the Washington Nationals. They've got a better record than the Red Sox. They've scored a ton of runs. 0-1 the pitch. Fouled off on the third base side. And they've invested in all kinds of new hitting philosophies and all these things. But I don't think that when they really are where they want to be, you go from Chaparro to Tena.
Yeah, especially the 2 spot.
That's even more the point, Coop. I mean, their World Series teams had Soto and Zimmerman and Kendrick. And before that, Harper. 0-2 to Tena. Here's the pitch. And a check swing. Carlos wants to challenge this thing. He thought that was a strike. 1-0-1. The count currently 1-2. And the verdict comes home. It is a ball. Not a good challenge from Narvaez.
Confirmed Boston has one challenge remaining.
I do, and I'll ask somebody tomorrow. Anecdotally, I feel like we've seen some kind of guys firing challenges on sinkers because of that run that maybe even though it might miss by a lot, it actually might clip something.
1-2. Pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him with a slider. That ball was in the dirt, and Narvaez sees Tana sort of abandoned ship. He tags him out on the rib cage. And they're 2 down. What a find this guy, Tyrone Guerrero, has been. He's told us over and over again how the difference now is straight up lack of fear. He doesn't care. He wants to challenge hitters. He's willing to come into the middle of the plate with 101. And it is working.
No, it is. Watching this guy against AAA hitters for like a month, 2 months was absurd.
2 down, bases empty. Curtis Mead. That's absurd at 103. Come on, 103 for a strike on the outside corner. The main moment tonight brought to you by visitmaine.com. Baseball in Boston today. Maine adventures tomorrow. Discover beaches, mountains, and small town escapes at visitmaine.com. Here's a slider that was not well thrown. It misses inside 1-1. I love Maine.
Getting married in Maine, baby.
Well, of course you are. Caterer, bar, the dance floor will be going crazy.
I'm getting wedding advice in my Twitter notice.
I told you that was a bad idea. 1-1 to Mead, the pitch. Here's a chopper toward third. Durbin's got to hurry in. All or nothing, bare hand try. He cannot get there. And Curtis Mead has got a base hit. So Guerrero makes a great pitch. He's in a squat on the front of the mound. He knew he did his job, but Mead gets good fortune. And now, in a 3-run Red Sox game with 2 down and 1 on, here is C.J. Abrams. Right on left, the pitch. Down and in. He yanked that fastball at 100 a little bit, and it's 1-0. They also had Trey Turner, those Nats teams. They were absolutely loaded. It's amazing. They won that championship in 19 and then really robbed of a lot of the glory because of COVID. The 1-0 pitch is smashed into center field, way back to his right. Cedon. He leaps and makes an unreal catch. Are you kidding me? C.J. Abrams thought he had a double and a run in, but Cedon is Cedon, and because of that, we go to the bottom of the 8th, 6-3 Red Sox on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Miami, July 5th and July 31st. Ice Cube's Big 3 is back at the Amerant Bank Arena, featuring big stars like Dwight Howard, Joe Johnson, Lance Stevenson, and more. And featuring your home team, the Miami 305, led by Michael Beasley. Grab your tickets now at big3.com/tickets or Ticketmaster. Presented by iHeart. Miami, July 5th and July 31st. Ice Cube's Big 3 is back at the Amerant Bank Arena, featuring big stars like Dwight Howard, Joe Johnson, Lance Stevenson, and more. And featuring your home team, the Miami 305, led by Michael Beasley. Grab your tickets now at big3.com/tickets or Ticketmaster. Presented by iHeart.
How We Made Your Mother is a rewatch podcast that looks back episode by episode at the hit TV show How I Met Your Mother. It's hosted by me, Josh Radnor, along with series co-creator and my friend Craig Thomas.
Follow How We Made Your Mother wherever you get your podcasts.
Boneless chicken is now on sale at Shaws and Star Market. Get value pack signature select boneless chicken breast or thighs for $2.49 a pound when you use a digital coupon. Limit 2. Use the Shaws app for coupon deals and more. Shaws and Star Market. Proud to be local since 1860.
He's in a jam, and the pitching coach is headed out to the mound.
You okay, kid?
Coach, you ever think about your financial future?
Yeah, but not with the bases loaded in a full count.
Fair point.
Plus, there's Mass Mutual.
So, I should look into Mass Mutual?
Absolutely.
Can I borrow your phone? I left mine in my locker.
Yeah, but maybe after the game.
Another fair point, Coach.
Mass Mutual, official partner of the Red Sox. Learn more at massmutual.com.
Jeffrey Glassman Injury Attorneys have been Boston's go-to injury attorneys for over 30 years. If you've been hurt in a car or work accident, you've got to get Glassman. Call all sevens at 617-777-7777. That's 617-777-7777.
We're right back to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
The first baseman, number 32.
Things are so good right now. The Sox are 3 outs away from a 5th straight win. Andrew Monasterio, who came on for Wilson Contreras, leads it off against Zach Kent. And a pitch misses outside for ball one. I have no idea what Joe Braverman just said to me. None.
That's what he said.
1-0 pitch is popped up behind home plate on the first base side. Keber Ruiz gives it a look, and it's out of play. The main moment of the game, which we were talking about, is the drive to remember Wilson Contreras, brought to you by your Eastern Lexus dealers. A drive to remember. I mean, that was one that I'll remember forever. Not only the swing and the outcome flipped the game in the very first inning, but the outpouring of emotion that came after. 1-1. Pitch to Monasterio. Beauty. Strike on the outside corner. Kent's got a 5.23 ERA. It's the very difficult thing about taking over a young club, one that's in a total rebuild. 1-2. The pitch is just inside. I thought they should challenge, and they will. That looked very good from here. Nope, but it was up. So Monasterio is going to win this one. Verdict coming home, and it is a ball.
The goal is confirmed. Washington has no challenges remaining.
So 2-2. You got young stars like Abrams, Wood. You hope Dylan Cruz. But the hard part about taking over a team where you're not really investing big dollars is you do not put anything into the bullpen. 2-2 is rip foul, and that would be a fool's errand to do so. And so what ends up happening is you have seasons like the Nats are currently having, where you hit home runs, you score a ton of runs, you surprise the world, and then I think reality has hit the last couple weeks, particularly as the season goes on, where guys get worn down a little bit. They have blown so many leads. The 2-2. Loop foul. Monasterio stays alive. They led the San Francisco Giants by 8 runs. 8 going into the 8th inning on the road about 10 days ago, and gave up 9.
There are a lot of bad ways to lose. That's the worst way to lose.
It looked beautiful out there on the shores of McCovey Cove. 2-2. Pitch is a ball. Good take there by Monasterio. 3-2. And I think, we've heard so many good things about Blake Butera. Paul Taboni talking about the amount of time that he spent with him, the conversations he had with Eric Neander and so many others who'd had experience with him, and how the personal side was so much more important. The 3-2 is popped up into shallow center field. Abrams goes back. In comes Young, and the center fielder Jacob Young is there to make the play. And there's one down. You just have to kind of have, everybody's got multiple sides to their brain, but as a president of a baseball team in a situation like this, you have to celebrate the wins while balancing whether to trade people like C.J. Abrams or not, and also know that as you try to revamp an organization, you're not putting money in places you don't think is smart, and that includes the bullpen, and that means there are going to be some really tough days. As Duran stands in, it takes strike one, and that means that for somebody like Blake Butera, who's a first-time manager, it's even more important to stay the course when things go down. 0-1. Pitch is a check swing. He definitely went around to Duran, and it's 0-2. In fact, I was telling you about you want somebody you want to lose with. Paul Taboni told me Bob Myers told him that. The guy who long time ran the Golden State Warriors. I think there's just such wisdom in that. And by all accounts, that's what they found in Blake Butera. But tonight, Blake Butera has found his team behind 6-3. 0-2 to Duran, who had the big hit in the 10th last night. Here's the pitch. Duran takes one down and in.
Think about tonight with Mikolas, right? Like he gives up 4 in the first, 5 through 2. There are versions of the story where maybe you could be a little bit more aggressive with a bullpen that you trust, or if you got a long guy you trust. They don't have that ability.
1-2 is fouled off, and that got Jaron on his foot. He is hobbled a little bit. It is kind of a backward looking, back to front thing with the bullpen. If you're really steady at the back end, you don't use those guys as much, and then you got more length in the middle. You got starters who go deeper in games. They do not have that luxury at all.
It's kind of it's honestly just like outside looking in. I'm not around that team, this team every day, the Nationals, but they've done a lot of good things in pitching development, like what they've done with Foster Griffin. This year, there are a few other stories in their rotation around it. They've gotten a lot out of guys. Cade Cavalli.
1-2 is swung on and missed. Slider in there, 2 down. I think it gets to a place before too long where I think Red Sox fans believe they are, which is all of those things on the margins are really important and fun to celebrate. The Nats have basically, other than Steve Cohen and now the Dodgers, the richest owners in the game. And it's going to be about whether or not they take the next step and push and invest money in proven stars or not. Here's Caleb Durbin. Pitch is way up in it. Again, I feel like because Paul Timoni took the job, they must have said they would.
It's a great point, too, when you think about it in the context of the Red Sox. Red Sox have been a top 2 bullpen in baseball over the last 2 years, since the beginning of last year.
1-0 to Durbin, swing and a miss.
Great stories, right? Like what Weiser did last year, what Guerrero we were just talking about, and all these different names, Coulomb, like guys that have, maybe you didn't think were going to be mainstays in big moments that have done it, but there's also Whitlock and Chapman.
1-1 to Durbin is outside. We saw it last year, what a difference it makes when you have a guy, and Chapman had an all-time great year. When you just know when there are 3 outs left, you win.
Yeah.
Everything starts from there. And there's so few people who can do that. 2-1. Pitch is up and in. And if I were to die on a hill, I'd say a couple of things about baseball. One, the people who think clutch is not a real thing, I want to hear nothing else you have to say. 2, if you don't think the last 3 outs of a game are different than the other 24, again, come on. Of course they are. 3-1 to Durbin. Pitch is low, and that's ball 4. So Caleb Durbin just continues to produce. He's on base for the second time here today. And that walk brought to you by North Shore Adult Diapers. For even the heaviest control problems, visit northshore.com. And here comes Anthony Siegler.
The whole conversation about where the Nationals are is so interesting because they could go so many ways. They could sign Wood and Abrams to big deals and have them forever. They could have neither of them next year.
Here's a pitch to Siegler that is a ball down and away, 1-0.
They don't have a rotation that is a long-term answer. They need 2-3 pitchers probably before you can really consider them a team that can contend in the National League for a World Series.
1-0 to Siegler. And Durbin's going to get picked off. He was caught leaning. Throw to first, and Caleb for the second time this week is gone. But you know what? He's done enough good with aggression that you can forgive him that. We go to the 9th inning. Garrett Whitlock's going to have the ball after this. 6-3 Red Sox on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Get that Amex Gold Card ready. I'm too tired to cook.
We feeling Five Guys or the Cheesecake Factory?
Both.
Earn up to $120 a year in statement credits at participating partners. Up to $10 each month when you pay with the Amex Gold Card. Learn more at americanexpress.com/explore-gold. Enrollment required. Terms apply.
Game day is better with friends. Refer a friend to Sportsbook Rhode Island. Once they sign up with your referral code and make their first deposit, you each score up to $50 in bonus bets. Download the app and start referring today. Must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. The world's biggest soccer matches are here. Don't just watch. Wager with Sportsbook Rhode Island. New customers can bet $5 and score $50 in bonus bets. Download Sportsbook Rhode Island today and use code SCORE50. Must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly.
Hi, this is Jill Schlesinger, CBS News business analyst, certified financial planner, and the host of the Jill on Money podcast. Beginning, middle, or end of the year, it's always a great time to take control of your financial life. And the Jill on Money podcast is here to help. Your questions make it possible for me to provide unconventional and entertaining insights on your money and, more importantly, on your life. Follow and listen to Jill on Money wherever you get your podcasts.
Take your taste buds to the candy shop with the irresistible taste of cotton candy extra strength 5-hour energy shots. A delicious swirl of vanilla with a sweet but sugar-free fruity twist. Plus the classic 5-hour energy blend of B vitamins, nutrients, and caffeinated kick. Don't miss out on a perfectly sweet and impossibly nostalgic treat. Get your cotton candy extra strength 5-hour energy shots today. For more information, visit 5hourenergy.com.
Garrett Whitlock, you're listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
Garrett Whitlock comes on to close this thing out. The Red Sox and the Nationals into the top of the ninth inning, 6-3 Red Sox. This thing has had its share of drama and emotion. Pitching change brought to you by JetBlue, proud to be the official airline of Boston sports. Get your tickets right now. 1-800-JETBLUE. or JetBlue.com. Sort of figured that they'd stay away from Chapman after consecutive outings to close out a sweep of the Yanks. Here's Dylan Cruz, who takes a strike on the outside corner, and it is 0-1. Garrett, in his major league career, has 10 saves. 0-1 pitch, change up, and that is as good as he can throw it. It's actually a slider, but it had that kind of flaming action, and it's 0-2. 27 appearances coming in, 2.7 ERA. Sets up with bent knees on the right side. The 0-2 fouled back to the screen. Slider, and it remains 0-2.
Second time this year that Whitlock has worked in a ninth inning of a game, and this is the first save opportunity for him this season in a ninth inning.
Perfect in the eighth on Saturday against the Yanks, and he gets a swing and a miss against Dylan Cruz, and a very important first out here in the top of the ninth.
God, he's good. That's my only take. He's been unreal.
Well, and it's so health dependent, and when he's just feeling right and is rested, he can be so elite. All right, one down, top nine, and here now Dalen Lyle, pinch hitter. Attendance brought to you by Crispy Crunchy Chicken. Lyle, left-handed hitter, swings and fouls one back, a sinker. And it is 0-1. Get your location right here at Fenway Park, crispycrunchy.com. Dalen Lyle's had a nice year. Pop up here, though, to third. Durbin behind the third base bag, drifting foul. He's there to make the play. And the Red Sox are an out away. So the Nats are down to their final out. Luis Garcia Jr. digs in to try to keep the game going. Again, this guy came in on an incredible tear. The pitch is inside. Whitlock kind of purposely brushing him back. Homers in 5 of his last 6. Tonight, he's walked and grounded out twice. 6-3 Red Sox. Whitlock throws. Garcia rips one on the ground into right field, a base hit past Siegler. Abreu plays it on the ground. Luis Garcia is just seeing beach balls right now, and he keeps going the game with 2 down in the top of the ninth.
Let's see that kind of swing on 95 from Garrett Whitlock very often. Just thinking about Garrett Whitlock was college summer ball teammates with the Nationals pitching coach Simon Matthews, Chad Amaze of the Cape League. What is that, like almost 10 years ago? They were part of a staff together. Whitlock was like kind of a ho-hum guy in terms of prospect at the time. And there's a story that has been told to me through multiple people that Simon Matthews swore that he was the best pitcher he's ever seen. And here we are.
It's an amazing thing about baseball where if you got nasty stuff, it usually plays. But there's so many winding turns in your career road where Tommy John, an injury, and does somebody give you a chance? You're a starter, you're a reliever, and now Whitlock in living color has a chance in front of his former Cape League teammate to close down a game against the Nats. Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan post-game show. 6-3, 2 down, the pitch, fouled off. Yorbeat Vivas is the pinch hitter for the Nats. It's amazing, these young teams you never see in the National League. How many people, quite frankly, you have never heard of. Vivas, one of them, 0-1. 2 down, top 9. He's had a good year, 260, 3 homers, 15 driven. He's had big hits for the Nats. 0-1. Pitch is fouled off on the third base side. And the Red Sox are a strike away. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Runner aboard in the top of the 9th. Whitlock throws. Changeup. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. The Red Sox have won 5 in a row. Wilson Contreras night at Fenway Park. A game that began with a home run from the Nats was absolutely punctuated and defined by WC-40 in the bottom of the first. 6-3. Red Sox are fired. They're rolling. And they've taken 5 in a row.
I guess Wilson's not allowed to be in the post-game handshake line, but maybe he's in the Wally costume or something.
Get him out there.
He deserves it. Hey, this is Red Sox baseball, and you look around this ballpark as the lights flash and the people dance in the aisles right now. You said it. Look, there's a long way to go. We know it, but it felt different from the jump. When we walked in the ballpark today, it's felt different over the weekend. I like this different, what's going on right now.
From the jump, it was better. It was different. And this is the way Fenway should be. The Red Sox have won 5 straight. Look out now. They got a chance to get something going right here and right now. Nissan postgame show is next on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Miami, July 5th and July 31st. Ice Cube's Big 3 is back at the Amerant Bank Arena, featuring big stars like Dwight Howard, Joe Johnson, Lance Stevenson, and more. And featuring your home team, the Miami 305, led by Michael Beasley. Grab your tickets now at big3.com/tickets or Ticketmaster. Presented by iHeart. Miami, July 5th and July 31st. Ice Cube's Big 3 is back at the Amerant Bank Arena, featuring big stars like Dwight Howard, Joe Johnson, Lance Stevenson, and more. And featuring your home team, the Miami 305, led by Michael Beasley. Grab your tickets now at big3.com/tickets or Ticketmaster. Presented by iHeart.
How We Met Your Mother is the How I Met Your Mother rewatch podcast with me, Josh Radnor, and series co-creator Craig Thomas. Follow How We Met Your Mother wherever you get your podcasts.
No bones about it. Boneless chicken now on sale at Shaw's and Star Market. Hey, it's Joe. Today through Thursday, get value-packed signature select boneless chicken breast or thighs for $2.49 a pound when you use the digital coupon Limit 2. Use the Shaw's app for coupon deals like this: rewards, points, and delicious recipes in Shaw's Meals Hub. Order online and get free curbside pickup or choose delivery. 'Tis the season for grilling chicken. Shaw's and Star Market, the official supermarket of the Red Sox Radio Network.
This is Modelo Especial, a full-flavored golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste from start to finish. Brewed with time, effort, and determination to get the balance just right. Because when a beer is made right, you can feel it. Modelo Especial, the model for everyday beer. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
We're packing up and hitting the road for Roadshow Season 5. Hang with us on Thursday from 6:30 to 8:30 at the Landing in Newport, Rhode Island, the night before our Roadshow. The Greg Hill Roadshow is presented by Miller Lite. It's Miller time, New England. Please drink responsibly.
Ask your smart speaker to play 93.7 WEEI. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI. This is the Nissan postgame show. Nissan makes cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com.
Red Sox 6, Nationals 3. And the only way to say this about tonight is that this was a night for Venezuela. I mean, Ranger Suárez, the winning pitcher. Willie Abreu was huge. And Wilson Contreras had the swing of the game. 3-run homer in the bottom of the first. So for all of those who've been impacted and devastated by the earthquake down there, this was a Red Sox night and win for you. 6 runs, 9 hits, no errors, and 3 left for the Red Sox. 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors, and 5 left on base for the Nationals. 2 hours, 22 minutes, 32,000 were here to see it. Suárez, fittingly the winner. Mikolas was awful. He's the loser, and Whitlock gets his first save since 2025. Cooper will step aside in just a moment and then get set to hear from Caleb Durbin down in the Red Sox clubhouse. I'll remember this game for Contreras, full stop. And Nick Lentz was a sidebar, and I'm still angry that went the way that it did. I mean, it was totally preposterous. But we shouldn't harp on that. What we should harp on is the fact that, the Red Sox made a big bet on Wilson Contreras. They made a deal for him with the St. Louis Cardinals. They felt like he could be everything that Pete Alonso was and more. And right now, it's not even close. That's true. Would you like to have the potential of Pete Alonso? Sure, but we're having the reality of Wilson. And what that means is night in, night out, he wants to play every day. He is